think it's called On the Block, and he did it with basically he did it with a ski mask on. He did it with the ski mask on, and everybody was going crazy because it just didn't. His voice didn't necessarily look the way the visual was. It was him in a ski mask. It was a bunch of dudes behind him, and then people were just like, it. So it was smart because when I originally seen it, I'm kind of like, why you? I necessarily didn't want to run to go, I guess, listen to it because it was just like, all right, dog, I don't get it. Like, this stupid. Like, you just look, he had a black tank top on, and it was just like, all right, dog. Like, it was just one of those looks where it kind of didn't necessarily make sense. But then it was just like, all right. The crazy thing is, Top kept sending it to me. I'm like, all right, dog, you really know how to promote a song, but he just kept sending it to me. So I'm like, all right, let me go listen to it. And I actually listened to it. I was like, oh, this song realistically is catchy. I like the song. It's a catchy song. Of course, that cadence is still like in that newer, that Brent Fires, that it's that new R&B type of sound where it's a little melodic, but it's still a little bit of hip hop undertone to it. So it still kind of make you be like, all right, cool. If you like hip hop, you like R&B, or you like that little combination, you'll be cool with listening to it. So I liked it. But so my question is, realistically, it started to get hot. I think like the first big celebrity to kind of I guess I want to say like stamped it for real was SZA. So then after she stamped it, then the Timberland, I guess he was on TikTok or something, and he was saying, he was on somewhere, but I want to say it's TikTok because Timberland do be playing TikTok heavy. So then he basically like, I think Drake should get on the remix. So then when people seen that, and then of course Drake liked it, I think because Say Cheese reposted it or something with the Timberland saying that he think Drake should get on it. So then Drake ended up liking that post. But then my thing was earlier today, I guess Kanye West FaceTimed him or whatever the case may be. So he posted he was geeked up because of course he's a young dude. Like and his caption was like, I was just literally sleeping on the floor like a month or so ago. So my thing would be was, one, would you hold off for the Drake feature over the Kanye?
I think I'll take the Kanye
over Drake.
How do you know? Do you know for sure that Drake gonna do it?
You don't, but
if Kanye hits you up and say,
yeah, hey, you on FaceTime, like he on FaceTime. Kanye look crazy, like Kanye look right now, like super rough in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Kanye because if I take the Kanye and I put it out first, then Drake probably gonna try to hop on it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if that'll work. I think Drake probably, if Kanye get on the remix, Drake just not gonna do it at all. But to me, of course, I think with everybody hearing it because of that sound, it's like one of those sounds that realistically, I guess you can say like Drake in the Weeknd kind of ushered in. So it's like, of course, anybody here, you be like, dang, Drake will kill this remix.
But what if he don't? And you miss out on your blessing right there.
I get what you're saying, but my only thing is I don't necessarily think Drake would fumble that remix. It's like that's not in his blood.
Might not fumble it, but what if he just don't really, think it's going?
No, it's out of here though. Like let me say how viral that video was already constantly going. I don't even think, and I think that's even reason why he even liked it, because that video, listen to him. I tried for at least for like 2 weeks to not listen to that song at all. That video just kept going viral, and then all the blogs started to pick it up, and I was like, no, I'm not trying to listen to it, just because, like I said, the presentation was so crazy, and even bringing that, I guess, into a conversation, me and a friend of mine, he was just like, he was sending me some music, and he kept like just debating on like, man, I'm trying to get my look right, and I'm telling him, I'm like, dog, it's 2024. The whole look, trying to look rich, like you want to be designed up and you want to have your chains on. I'm like, oh, that's not, nobody care about that no more, because it's too many other regular people who already got chains, and every day you get on your timeline, you see girls with chains and design and stuff on. So it's not no wow to that no more. It's like, what do the music really hit? Like, because again, like what I'm saying with him was he literally was in a black tank top. Think about how many people don't even wear black tank tops. So to have a black tank top on and a black ski mask, and you kind of, I was wondering like, why is this light just looking like that? I'm tripping. So he so anyway, so he sit here and basically he blew up off of that look, just the non-traditional look of what people feel like should work for them in 2024. And I'm telling him, I'm like, dog, that just necessarily, that you don't have to wait no more. If the music is actually good, nobody care what you look like. Like the sweat, the whole little swag or what you look like. I still don't even know what's the younger name, YBT Fat. Like I know what he looked like, but I don't know what he looked like. I ain't go follow him on Instagram or nothing, and I listen to his music the whole holiday break.
But my question, even going back to the whole Kanye and Drake situation, what if Kanye do the same thing he did with Panda? Like, you out of here then. You out of here. The hell with it. Like, if that's my only song, I'm out of here.
And you know what's so crazy? And again, why I say I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just to kind of even double down for even some, if you are artists or whatever you're listening. I would recommend just even when you go to his when you go to this dude page, he only got 2 songs on it. He got that song and he got one other song. And I think this was the second song. So this wasn't even the original song because this is a part 2 to that. So what is this? Yeah, it's called Act 2. So the first joint he probably put out, and if you listen to both songs, you can hear them kind of like fade into each other. So he literally only had 2 songs out. So that's my only thing where everybody always like to wait for the perfect time. Like, oh, what's my perfect time? And I want to drop during the perfect. It's no such thing as a perfect time.
I would do it. Like I said, if Kanye said let's do it, I'm not gonna wait because like, what if Drake really don't?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, yeah, realistically, you don't want to miss your blessing because what if Drake don't jump on it and then you kind of like, damn, I played Kanye to the left, and that sounds insane. Like playing Kanye to the left, and you got literally 1 song and a half. Because this song ain't nothing but what a minute and 30 seconds. So you literally 2 songs combined, you got 3 minutes worth of music. You can't curve Kanye, so it's like you kind of realistically you gotta do it, but it's at the same time it's like. I know Drake will murk that joke. And that may be just me speaking as a Drake fan. And then, of course, I guess we can get right into it. And this is, dog, I swear to God, the internet is always going to be just a home for nerds. It's going to go crazy. Of course, everybody done probably seen it. I wonder, did I send you to it so we can even kind of play the actual? Yeah, I sent it to you?
Oh, you probably did.
I did.
Like, is Drake hip hop?
Drake is pop to me in the sense like if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Commercial music.
Or it's you know, music, shopping with an edge in certain instances.
Fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course. I mean,
it's commercial, entertaining, fun, good, it's formulaic music.
It's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
It's likable.
But is it, you know, I'm gonna leave you alone. We're gonna move on.
So many products.
So many SKUs.
So many SKUs. Look at all these SKUs.
So, of course, for people who don't know who that is Mos Def. And the crazy thing is, of course, like I said, the internet is one of those places where nerds is going to get it off. They going to make it. I swear to God. And this is what y'all got to understand. And of course, and I hate to sometimes be a numbers person because I'm really not a numbers person. But the way the nerds was acting, like Mos Def was the most decorated artist of all times. Like he literally got multi-platinum albums and classics that nobody can't deny. Like, dog, what are y'all talking about, dog? Two things I remember Mos Def from. One, because I'm old enough to remember the Lyrics' Lounge show. And then 2, Mos Def, what was that? He played on, what was that, Brown Sugar? And he was a taxi cab driver. Like, what are we talking about? I don't even know a Mos Def song. And I guess what I wasn't about to do this weekend, Google a Mos Def song. Because if I don't know one off the top of my head, and somebody who's literally, when we talking about, we was doing the year wrap up in music, who listened to 5,000 artists, and I don't know a Mos Def song, bro, eat a dick. Like, y'all not about to sit here and make it like, oh yeah, you know Drake ain't hip hop, dog. If literally every podcaster that I listen to, every music content creator, when they did their wrap up, guess who was #1? And everybody who didn't do one, you know why they ain't want to do one? Because they didn't want to tell you that Drake was #1 on theirs as well. So you sitting here saying somebody ain't hip hop and he make target music. Like, what are you talking about, dog?
Okay, but I hear his point. He's more related. You can play him anywhere.
Okay, that don't make you not hip hop.
But what I'm saying is, but he can sing and rap. So just like even when they say, like, even with Chris Brown, they say Chris Brown's not R&B, he's pop. Because he can do, you know what I'm saying? He's multi-talented. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like it's no, because what is really hip hop? What's the difference between hip hop and rap?
It ain't none.
I thought it is. Because if you say hip hop,
people say hip hop is culture, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So hip hop, if you're talking about lyrics and all that, right? And then you saying rap is rap, it's two go hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
So when he's saying you're pop, you're more relatable to everybody, right?
That don't okay. Let's say yeah. Okay.
So what is wrong with that? That's not what is.
But he said he's not hip hop though. That's what he said. The pop part don't matter. I'm not giving him a pat on the back for saying okay, he's pop, but he said he's not hip hop. That's the part what he said. I don't care about you saying I'm pop. That's cool. So was Lil Wayne at one point in time. Lollipop is a pop song. That don't make Lil Wayne not a rapper. That does not make Lil Wayne not hip hop.
Did we didn't see Drake get out there and do no hip hop celebrations? That's why I say
Drake was on tour. How you gonna do that? How you gonna do two? How you gonna do both of those? Neither did Nicki Minaj. What that mean?
No, but that's what I'm saying. So do you?
And neither did 50 Cent.
Right?
I can name a lot. People got mad at Eminem for not doing none.
But that's what I'm asking. If he doesn't, I guess, or say that he's that. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's not, I guess you say a lot of people don't put him up, or some people do put him in this in the category as number one rapper, right? Drake.
Anybody with this not lying, if you can't show me none what music platform you used to listen to and can't show me who you listen to, I don't believe you. Because yes, he's number one on everybody's playlist. It's impossible for him not to be, dog. He is too big of an artist. He dominates too much. You can't sit here and people who's like, oh, I wouldn't, who cares? Most Def ain't supposed to get played at a cookout. Then, dog, where y'all listening to music at? You can't keep sitting here giving me sub-genres of where you listen to music at and you keep giving and trying to discredit Drake at the same time. No, where do you listen to music at? If I'm riding around with women, dog, and I sit here, and I seen Roy from that used to be on Joe Budden podcast, and he tweeted, y'all acting like the girls wouldn't get mad if you cut on Most Def. Dog, if you dog, all I'm telling you, if y'all podcasters cannot fight, then just stop voicing your opinion, because that right there just sounds super soft. Ain't no woman in my life ever said, hey, cut on Most Def, dog. Y'all can stand on something. I don't care if I had to bump into Most Def. He make like 105, dog. What are you talking about? Be a grown man and have a real opinion, dog. Most Def is cheeks. Nobody ain't listening to him, dog. I don't care how old school y'all gotta stop, bro. It's 2024. I'm not living on some from 30 years ago, dog. Move the fuck on. Like, what are we talking about, dog? Y'all discredit every basketball player from the 80s, but you want to save on every rapper from the 90s. Like, come on, dog. It cannot be both. If you gonna sit here and discredit Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain because y'all ain't see certain things, bro, you did not sit here and grow up and be like, oh yeah, Most Def was that dude. Most Def had the rap game in the headlock. Like, when was this ever a thing? It never was. Let's not try to recreate history, though. I swear to God, I ain't even looked at my TikTok comments for days. I just kept posting and never looked at my comments because they was literally in there. Nothing. And the crazy thing is, when I did look at them, I clicked, okay, you don't got no pictures. Not gonna respond to you. Like, I hate to be one of those people because I do like to indulge in, but I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth with somebody telling me Most Def got some leg to stand on when he's talking about Drake. Dog, he don't. He's not. You cannot sit here and criticize Drake, and you actually was a rapper who was signed to a major label and couldn't put up not 1/4 of a number that Drake ever put up. It's just some stuff that don't make sense, though. I don't care what you talking about. Drake he's been on songs with your favorite rapper, and he didn't out-rap them, or he at least didn't drown. For you to sit here and say, like, come on, dog, like, that's corny to me. Like, I'm cool. Like, if you were sitting here saying like Lil Uzi or Lil Yachty or somebody, like, all right, cool. But we ain't, come on, dog. That Drake hate is ridiculous. Like, that you can tell where it's just pure hate. Like, to even make a comment like that was just like, dang, I got a chance to take a shot at Drake. And you did. You had your moment over the weekend on playoff NFL wild card weekend. Most definitely had space on the timeline. When it was, who was playing on, what was that, Saturday? Who was playing on Saturday? I can't even remember what the games was on Saturday. Damn, who did play on Saturday?
Houston and Cleveland.
Oh yeah, so like right after that Houston game, he had time. People were arguing it, but dog, don't sit here and be like, that was crazy. It's crazy to me to see people try to rewrite history and make it like Most Def was just some rapper that everybody in their mother was listening to. Like, come on, dog. Like, shout outs to Kanye. I respect Kanye. After Kanye was like, damn, I'm finished using you backpack weirdos. Yeah, guess what? All y'all music was trash. I thought that's how I always felt. I always felt like y'all was trash. Y'all forgot that Kanye literally just said this maybe a year ago now, or a couple months ago, when he came on and said, oh yeah, I think Most Def is trash. I ain't gonna sit here and go far and say Black Thought is trash, because that's crazy, because his Funk Master Flex freestyles is ridiculous. But still, dog, we talking about just actual music that people play, like you on a date or you at a club. Like, dog, Most Def don't got 10 minutes of nobody club playlist. I don't even care if it's a 40 and over party. You're not about to go crazy with Most Def for 10 minutes. But again, like I said, people love it. It's social media. So, I mean, you can say whatever you want. You can voice your opinion. You can get in people's comment section and argue. But I'm telling you what I'm never going to do. I'm not arguing with nobody. If you ain't got your own pictures, if you can't post your own pictures and your own videos, I'm never writing you back, and I'm not going back and forth with you, because I don't even know who you are or what you look like. I can't have no point of reference.
But why do you have to see somebody to go back and forth?
Because nigga, I don't even know who I'm talking to.
Well, you don't know who you're talking to, whether they got a picture. Huh?
You do. If you got multiple videos, I can at least see, okay, all right, cool. You might be my type of person.
Going to their
page. I'm going to their page.
I thought you was just responding.
No, I'm going to look to see who I'm responding to, because I may go to your page to see something relatable. I'm like, okay, we can have a realistic conversation. Like, just perfect example. This a dude that I follow. He posts a lot of basketball content. He do and I think he from here. He may be, because I older cousin sent them to me a couple months ago, and I got hip and I followed him. I was like, it was cool. But I caught him and I was like, oh, you don't watch games. You got me. Like, his name's like Coach something in his junk. And because I was in the gym yesterday, watching the LSU game, watched the whole entire game on the treadmill. I stayed on the treadmill even longer than I wanted to, just because I wanted to watch the whole game. So of course, Angel Reese blew it at the end. But if you watch the whole game, I wasn't mad at her for demanding the ball at the end of the game and making a bad play. It's cool. So she basically got a rebound. She brought the ball down and ran out the clock and literally like to the last couple like seconds on the shot clock, and then she ended up turning the ball over. Like she went down for a post up, and she was as soon as she was about to spin, the girl stripped her and stole the ball, and Auburn ended up winning the game. And of course, Auburn got a black coach.
Haven't Flojo been the one that's been the last couple of games been carrying them?
Hell no, Angel Reese had this like her.
When they was reading the stats up, I thought that was her.
No.
The last couple of games she's been
been having good games, right, but Angel Reese has still been. This is her 8th double.
Yeah, I mean,
and she ain't got one of them Jason Kidd double doubles. It's like 20 and 20.
Right, but I hear you when you say the double, but I'm saying, but scoring wise, and it's been.
It still hasn't been a far. It hasn't like what's his? I think Flo J's highest scoring game was 24. Angel Reese still, I think even yesterday game, what she had yesterday. I want to say yesterday she had she might have had like 12. And the crazy thing, she had 13 at the halftime. So anyway, long story short, realistically, so I want to go to. Okay. Yeah, Angel Reese ended up with 24 points and 11 rebounds. Flo J had 12 and 3 rebounds. And the other girl who Jolly been hooping for them is I think her name is it's something A Moore though, but she had 12 points and 15 rebounds. But anyway, so long story short, anyway, he do his voiceover thing. And he was saying like, this is horrible, why she didn't pass the ball to such and such or whatever the case may be. And P. Dudes was in the comment section. So like I said, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The comment section, if it look like it's lit, I'm gonna read through some of them. I said, also, none of y'all in this comment section didn't watch this game, because I can tell by the way by the dude who created the video, you didn't watch this game, and then 2, everybody in the comment section, because guess what? You saying why she didn't pass the ball, because the whole second half, like I said, she had 24. Though she had 13 at half. They didn't get her the ball the whole second half. Everybody from the what's the little white girl, whatever last name started with a V, all of them was just dribbling the ball out the whole time. Auburn don't even got no real big man. She had a mouse in that house. For people who don't know what that means, that's when the center got somebody small checking them. Literally the whole entire game, and you could tell she was getting frustrated. And even in the coach, every time you could tell the coach was getting frustrated. So she'll call a jump like timeout. Dog, get Angel the damn ball. She literally damn near nobody checking her. Every time she got the ball, she either got fouled or she got the bucket and won. So my thing was,
but that's why that play happened, because wasn't it a smaller person on her who stripped it from her, right?
No, who came in for the double team? But
but that's what I'm saying. But when you in those moments, you got to know your personnel. So if you drawing a double and you know that somebody's small, you can't make the same move. So that's probably why he's saying, why didn't they kick it out?
But I get. No, that's cool. I'm not saying. Listen, what I'm saying. If the game didn't play out the way what it did, I would have. If I didn't watch the game, I'm cool with what he said. You're absolutely. He was correct on what he said. Was that a bad play? Yes, but I'm not. But I'm sitting here watching her get frustrated every time, keep posting. No, you imagine if you sitting here getting the rebounds and you sitting here getting all the points and nobody can't check you, and you not getting me the ball, and this. No, you would never. Shaq would punch somebody in his damn face if he was sitting here posting somebody up and Muggsy Bogues was trying to check him, and you wasn't getting Shaq the ball. Like, let's be serious. Like, every time she was getting the ball, she's so, how many rebounds I just say she had? I want to say she had 4, she did 15, or she had 11. So like nobody could check her. So my whole point of what I'm saying is they wasn't getting her the ball. She was getting frustrated, and of course she's a female, so you can see it on her face.
She can't make free throws though.
No, and that's what I say. I even wrote that. No, I wrote that. But guess what? I wrote that in the comment section. I said, don't get it wrong. Don't get me twisted. This whole play wouldn't have happened because she missed 2 big free throws at the end of the game.
She missed them in the beginning too.
And so did Flo J. Both of them did. And toward the last couple of minutes in the other game, both of them went to the free throw line. Flo J missed one because she went to the free throw line, and Angel went twice. So she missed the first one both times. So those are 3 points that they could have easily still won that game if both of them would have hit their free throw. So you're absolutely right. But my point of what I'm saying is she was still getting to the line. Mm-hmm. They not getting her the ball. They dribbling it out and turning over the ball every time. Though they just, and some of them so small. Like when they go to that's one, they go, that game was like hard to watch. I'm like, dog, y'all so small and you trying to go for layups and it's just like barely hitting the rim. It was getting frustrating. So I do sometimes understand why some men who just don't watch women's basketball. Because
I do got a question to any basketball women out there. How the hell do y'all play with all that shit on? Like they be having the lashes on.
She got the makeup on and everything.
Yeah, she had. I was wondering, like, damn, she got makeup on.
Yeah, she had makeup on. She definitely had makeup on.
I'm like, how do y'all even play with all that shit? Like that shit don't be sweating and getting in your
face. But you got to think about it. But for realistically, I'm sure that's a part of the NIL because I'm sure those bundles she got in her head, somebody paying for it.
Man, that shit is crazy.
Hey, I mean, if it's a free bag for you, why not?
I mean, yeah, I hear you if it's for the money, but like, dog, y'all wearing all that shit.
You know, I guess my only other takeaway for that would be with even when it comes to college basketball, you can just tell is like it almost seemed like a me thing. Like you're playing for because I forgot, what's the
hold up, the question is the coach was the one with the Prada earrings on that had the black jacket on.
Yeah.
That's the coach
for the Auburn jump. Yeah,
Yeah.
she an older looking woman, right? Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I ain't see her whole outfit.
Yeah,
like, they just kept,
that was
I know
her.
they kept.
Yeah,
I thought it was
that was
somebody's mother.
no. That was her. That was
I thought
her.
it was somebody's
Yeah,
mother.
she was. And the crazy thing is when I watched it, I'm like, oh, she coaching with a leather jacket on. What the hell is going on?
Oh, that was leather. I thought it was a bubble jacket for real.
No, it was a leather jacket.
Okay,
it was a leather
right.
jacket. It was a leather jacket.
Yeah, because I thought it was somebody's mother because like they only showed like the head.
Yeah, no. It was a coach. It was a coach for Auburn.
Oh, I ain't know that.
It was a coach for Auburn. And I'm not gonna lie, that little I don't know that point guard who stripped Angel Reese. I hate to say this because I'm sure she's probably young because she's still in college, but dog, she looked good as hell, and she was like kind of like Diesel for real. Like she was like one of them little like whatever. What's off of Love and Basketball? Like with that girl that was kept beefing with Sanaa Lathan. Like she kind of reminds you of that girl. But it was like I said, it was a good game, and it was frustrating because I'm just watching it. I was tweeting like, dog, just give Angel Reese the damn ball. She literally dogged down there with a mouse in the house. I'm like, bro, just give her the ball, please. But like I said, and then of course y'all already know, and that's why I didn't make a video to it because I just hate. That's one thing I hate just about, of course, especially with hers, because of course, if Caitlin Clark not losing and they play the same day, they're going. But I swear to God, that's like I couldn't only imagine what Larry Bird and Magic Johnson actually had to go through in their situation when they were growing up. I'm sure it was way worse because all you really listen, we talking about just social media and dealing with words, but it was just like, dog, don't. And I get it because they're a ranked team, but it's like I hate even highlighting that game because it's just like if you ain't highlighting when they was on a winning streak, because like even you asked me, I was like, damn, they only lost one game. And of course, and shout outs to real quick, I guess while we talking about women's basketball, shout outs to USC and shout outs to Juju Watkins, though she had another 30-point game. I think she was when I seen the jump, what was it? She is the first what is she? The first I sent it. Dang. What was her jump? She is the first freshman with a 30-point, 10-rebound game against a top 5 opponent. So basically a top 5 ranked team, and she had 30. Yesterday they beat UCLA. So that was a huge game for her. But like I said, she's like literally a walking 30 damn near like every night. She kind of been just hooping under the radar. And another thing I guess I get frustrated when it comes to, especially like with women, Jones, like, bro, even if you try to make like their highlight videos be so goddamn, even for Caitlin Clark, I'm like, dog, them Jones be blurry as hell. Like, what y'all recording this shit on VHS? Like them Joneses just be blurry. Like that shot that Caitlin Clark hit the other night when she got fouled and she hit. I'm talking about, dog, she literally was like just threw the joint up, spit and looked back and started yelling at the ref because the girl fouled her. And I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. Dog, she different, dog. I don't care what you want to say. I'm not never trying to come off like the other side. So I be trying to get that girl credit when credit is due. That shot she hit and then literally looked at the ref before the ball even went in and was asking for the and one was crazy. I'm like, dog, this is super disrespectful. No, she is really like that, dog. She is OD disrespectful with her game. Like if you like Steph Curry, you will love Caitlin Clark. And she is ridiculous when it comes to pure disrespect. Like to think about she literally, I'm talking about this was a deep three, like close to the half court jump. She literally threw the joint up, got fouled, and didn't even wait for the jump to go in. It was like, and one, and look and arguing with the ref, like, why you ain't call that? Like she be hooping, dog. So shout outs to them. But like I said, I love sometimes, and I don't even go sit here and say I love catching people who actually don't watch the games, but it just be fun to see somebody like, oh no, you literally make videos all day, and you sit here and really don't even watch some of these games. It's insane, but it is what it is. Let that jump load up.
Jeff said next time you donate to FanDuel, just do it on Powerballs.
Oh, because of the Steelers loss.
Oh, that's what you bet it.
Oh no, I ain't bet that today. But he's talking about when because remember when we were recording last week and we did the jump and I sit here and did the teams. So, but he said something about the Steelers. I mean, what's the name? I already blew my jump, the Dolphins. So it wasn't I couldn't do. I had to redo it. I was mad that I didn't. I should have listened to myself because when I said I was going to take Houston, I should have took Houston. You know, because when you do the parlays, you can do them separately as well. And I just did. I was like, why didn't I do Houston? It's something my gut.
How many can you do? Or
Houston.
That's like you backdooring yourself.
You can't bet. So it won't let you do 2 bets on, like if you already got a bet for one team to win, you can't bet with the other team. But if you're doing a parlay, you can still pick. You can do each game set. No, you can do each game separately. So you can still do all 4. But then if you sit here and say, I know this parlay kind of shaky, you can still do a separate game as well. So like if you see and say, I wanted to do Houston by itself, or I wanted to do the Chiefs and Dolphins by themselves, like you could have did each game separately and still did the parlay as well. But you couldn't have did the parlay and then try to pick the Browns on your other jump. I don't know. You might be able to, but I know every time I tried it, they wouldn't let me do it. you're new here, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell another friend.
Orchard Podcast.
It's okay. Hey Tony, you all right, B? Sorry ass Cowboys.
Real quick, I do want to play. Dog, we got to get in the Raising Cane early. I know we normally save it into the end of the episodes, but I do want. I still kind of fresh on my brain. I do want to get in the Raising Cane because dog, they hit the way Ronnie went from never saying a word to literally just having endless conversation. This new episode was insane to me. Like I'm like, dog, how does man go from not saying nothing to this nigga having full blown conversation? Like, damn, dog, like exactly. Like he literally went from talking not talking every episode to can't stop talking.
Ronnie, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not sure that's your brother. Ronnie, he's gonna be looking for when he comes back. Ronnie!
I think we smoke her ass.
So, of course, like I said, Raising Kanan is officially back from the break. This episode 6. And then, of course, it started off. The crazy thing is, and of course, I mean, we talked about this the last time because I thought Rock House was supposed to be like in the cut and people ain't supposed to know. But I'm like, dog, how do everybody know when somebody else live at here? So people don't know what I'm talking about. On Raising Kanan, Unique's baby mom literally is the start of episode 6 off. She come banging on Rock's door. And she literally like banging, like she the police at the door.
Oh, you in there, bitch.
Exactly, like going crazy on her and everything. So the thing was, of course, Rock come to the door. Shorty got the gun on her, whatever the case may be. And of course, she not built like that. So she broke down. Rock took the gun from her and they sat down and had a conversation. And then she basically was telling her, the baby mother was kind of like out the loop. And then so Rock was trying to kind of even have some type of love and some compassion for her to let her know, like, I'm going to go out on the limb and sit here and say, I think Ronnie did it. Did she? Yeah, she said it. She said it. She said it.
I missed that part
because
I was kind of wondering, like,
no, she said it, and so that's why I guess even when they went back into the house, like if you paying attention to her face, that kind of gave her the oh no, Rock was right. He really he had to do this because
I know what she was questioning about, like, has Ronnie been acting up, but I didn't know she actually said.
No, yeah, she said, yeah, I think Ronnie did it, and okay. But then of course that's when Unique baby mother was trying to say like, no, he used to take up for Unique all the time and this, that, and the third. Like she was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like yeah, like he wouldn't do nothing like that. But then she was just like, so then when she come in the house and see him bagging up his jewelry and his money and all that, she's like, what are you doing? Like he gonna want his stuff when he come home, and basically like he ain't coming back. So when he said that and then he gave her that hard shove, she was just like, oh no, Rock was right. He really did it. So that was kind of crazy. And it was just like, but again, and then it was just sad, even just like when Rock was trying to figure out, with the police and trying to feel like that ain't nobody even looking for his body. And then of course, like the baby mother was saying, like, dog, I mean, he ain't on the police top priority list neither. Like you think they don't care? He just another drug dealer. Like he just missing. Nobody don't care. Like they ain't putting no APB out looking for him. Like he was some law-abiding citizen.
And he already burnt them, with the whole getting out because of they blame them for the shootings.
Yeah, for the shooting, of course. So the regular police. I mean, of course, Rock baby father, the police officer. No, the real deal. But realistically, the rest of the force still think that he had something to do with the shooting and just got away with it. So of course, nobody ain't coming to look for him. And it played out just like it was kind of rough. Like just to even see him be able to kind of transfer though. Even like I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought the Spanish lady was gonna give him some cheeks. Like when he went to go meet up with her, because just like her whole, and this is what I'm saying. That may not be a far reach because I'm just looking at her body language. She just seemed real lusty. He come banging on her door like that, and he literally knocked like he the FBI. Like bro, he be everywhere he go, he banging on your door like crazy. Like, but even again, what I'm saying, like how do they all know where people live? Like how did he find where she lived at?
So remember he popped up a few times.
I know that, but I'm still even when the first time he popped up, I'm like, how did he know? Don't you think about this?
I think he followed Unique. I think he followed Unique.
Maybe you might be right. But no, but that time Unique met up with them. He met up with them at the restaurant.
Right. So if I just saw you go in there, I see her, I'm spotting you out. That nigga's a creep, dog. He's gonna follow you and find out where you're going.
Yeah.
Because even when he with the bouncer, when he killed the bouncer.
But he came back to the club and found the bouncer was right there in front of the club. It ain't like he found him in his house.
Right, but how you know he was still in the club, or how you know what car? You know what I'm saying? Like he scoped shit out real.
No, for sure. His old school stakeout game is A1. I can't deny that. Like he definitely give off real old school vibes. Like he really kind of pay attention to the situation. And of course, I'm gonna bounce all around on this episode. I do even just like how Jukebox was in the club and she was very protective of Kanan. And of course, because she been locked in on
everybody.
No, not even. Of course, she was locked in on the surrounding in the club, but I'm talking about she don't even know what Kanan got going on at Famous crib because
she been doing the music.
Because she been doing the music thing. So she kind of like, or even just that whole little situation was brand new to her. This was her first time hearing any of this situation. It was just like, what you mean? What business you got? Because you know they super close, and you can tell even the way she was very protective and kind of like pressing Kanan, and Kanan kind of like noticed she know what's best for him, so he even allowed her to press him. But again, like I said, in that whole club episode where it was like where Jukebox was kind of really just, where she kind of like, and I guess the crazy thing is how you know it's just like a bless from being young and not really kind of almost green to a scent, but they not green because they really like street hip, because obviously she named out every drug dealer that was in the club that night, but she was still so like they don't know who Ronnie is. So even just the way they talk to him is wild aggressive compared to how like other people his age kind of like.
I mean, but they knew who he is, but I mean, if he wasn't out on the block or on the street, so I know who he is. That's your unique brother.
But you just haven't seen him put. But you haven't seen him put in the work. So,
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like you kind of just talk to him like he almost like don't. I know who you are, but I don't care who you are.
Because you probably just a weird, you know.
And that's how, they treating him like the weird brother for sure.
They probably don't know what he was actually doing.
Yeah, like what he was actually doing. So exactly. So just like I said, with that scenery and then Jukebox literally pointing out every drug dealer in New York City that was in that club that night, which is crazy to me. And it was just like, I just like that. I like how she was the overprotective cousin, because even if you kind of go back to the original Power when she popped up as the police officer, just how she still was with 50 Cent, she was always still this overprotective cousin. Like that never changed. And I like how they are allowing us to see that dynamic as when they were younger. So then you can kind of even remember back from the original Power and be like, oh yeah, she always kind of been the overprotective cousin, which is cool. And then, like I said, in that whole little club scenery, Ronnie was talking a lot and he was kind of really pressing Kanan to get down with the old head crew. And it was just so crazy because it's like when you see that picture, and if you watching, I mean, of course, if you
they fucked up that bad out there.
What you mean?
Like Rock was the plug for everybody or something? Because like I feel like they itching and scratching like to get back.
I don't necessarily know if she was the plug, but I think she was not for everybody. But I think she was just such a major player, and she ran so much real estate. Like she had so many blocks on lock. She had all the dudes who was, I mean, of course, if you think about the first two seasons, she always had dudes who was ready to go in the shootouts for her or whatever the case may be. So it was like other people probably was doing stuff, but they wasn't as big as Rock. Like Rock was the, you know, like she was the real deal. Like she was the real enforcer and like running her own plays. So it was kind of like people kind of just didn't want no smoke with her. And you can tell even just by how comfortable people feeling running down on Kanan now, because Rock supposed to be out of the game. And even just that conversation he was having with the old, the crazy thing is that old dude looked like, I don't know what his name is. He looked like Cedric the Entertainer, but I know he was he was the police officer on The Wire.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, he was the police officer.
Police a couple of different shows.
For sure, but to me, I guess the standout one that I remember was him on The Wire. He was the partner of what's the funny white bald headed dude. He was the cousin on Power. He was Proctor's cousin. Him and them two was partners on the Wire. Yeah, they was in the car together like for damn near endless seasons together. Yeah, so like I said, that episode, it was just fire. The reason why I liked it was fire because it still kind of kept you so anticipated on something else happening, because you still know like, all right, Unique kind of, he dead and nobody kind of even saying, like, you trying to figure out who gonna say something, who gonna be the first person to really even jump out there or try to accuse Ronnie or anything, or even just the whole situation. Like the first time, we talking about maybe 3 or 4 episodes removed, or what? I don't remember, what was that? Maybe episode 3 when Marvin pulled the mailman move. This was the first episode anybody even said something about it.
They ain't said nothing about Marvin pulling. That's why I was like, damn, nobody retaliated. I guess they really didn't like that nigga.
But so then, because Rock had some awakening moment where she just wanted to get back in the game. And I get, so
fuck Rock, man.
but she wanted to get back in the game. And I guess realistically, the cool part you can kind of take of it, even with life, how everybody hop out there and be like, oh, get into real estate, get your own properties and this, that, and the third. It's not for everybody. And that was the cool thing that I took away from that part, where it was like, no, I'm not no landlord. This is not who I am. She got the free money to it, but still just that whole processing of
her being in the house
is killing her too as well. But just her had to call a plumber and get somebody to come and deal with it. She's like, bro, I'm not no landlord. Like, she like, dog, basketball players don't try to be nothing else. They basketball players. Doctors is doctors, dog. I'm here to sell weight. That's who I am. I'm not about to sit here and keep playing with myself. Who am I trying to prove that I'm somebody different and the world still think I'm doing me? What, like, it don't even make no sense. I'm only lying to myself because nobody else don't see me as nothing. They see me as Rock. That's who I am, but I'm trying to be somebody else that I'm not.
Shit, you remember what number we had her as, the Terrible Mothers? She wasn't number one. Tasha was
she was nowhere near number one. I think we had, she might have been like number 5, because I want to say we had, what was Mary J was, I think Mary J was number 1 when we talked about it. I want to say Mary J was number 1, Tasha was number 2, number 3 may have been Tommy Mother. And then
she climbing her way up there.
She was definitely at the lowest, because I think somebody even put
Lala.
Lala ahead of Rock at the time. But I can't even sit here and say Rock is a horrible mother, because she kind of trying to keep him out the way. Even the gunplay she pulled on him was kind of like she knew that he wasn't gonna get locked up, but he was gonna have to come home.
Yeah, but I feel like even with all of them, I feel like she got a hand on all of them.
But you can't put that on the horrible mother. That's her brothers, and they got parents. But their mother's still alive.
But that's why I'm just saying. I just feel like her as a mother, like the way she knows she can control everything. Because even like you keeping everybody else out of the loop with what's name mom and all, you know what I'm saying? Like you controlling every situation. That's why I'm just saying, for her to be the mother of everybody pretty much, and how you control and manipulate them.
Yeah, but I can't. But again, even with her and Lulu
she got a tighter grip than Monet and the rest of, you know what I'm saying, like everybody else. So that's what I'm saying. She's not.
Yeah, because I think the difference between her, let's just think about, even if we compare like her to Monet, don't think about, and for people who don't know who Monet is, that of course that's Mary J. Blige's character. The difference was that Monet wanted her kids to be in the game. She don't want Kanan to be outside and hustling. That's why she put the gun in his book bag so he had to come home. Like, she is not a fan of him running the streets. I mean, of course, that you can call that one bad play, because of course she tried to get him to smoke.
I thought she just didn't want him out here because of the whole shooting thing.
No, she didn't want him out there at all. Yeah, think about it. When he originally even started selling packs, it was because he went through Marvin. She ain't never front him no work or nothing. Everything he was doing, he was going behind her back. She never okayed none of that.
I thought she just wanted him off the street.
No, I mean, of course. I mean, no. No. She never okayed. If you go back and just think about some of those, like everything he was doing, he literally was always going behind her back. Like, she never okayed nothing besides him trying to kill his father, which is even crazier. But yeah, but just even a conversation her and Lulu was having in the club, where he was sitting here saying like, he was tripping. Put that liquor down, dog.
He was doing good. She knew what she doing. She came in there and got on his ass.
No, but you can't say that, because that he was already having those thoughts beforehand, because him and Famous was having that conversation.
But that's what I'm saying. Her talking to her again put him over the iceberg. He been doing fine all this time, even when he saw what's name in the studio.
Because he wasn't trying to. But you got to think about it though. I get what you're saying, but you got to think about, he got to take some of the blame, because, he. But
you still wouldn't let me make my decision. You still control what go on. I wanted to get out of this. I didn't want to be a part of this. I got tired of it. You messed me up then. So my thing is, I try to change. I'm trying to do right. I'm on the right path. I'm away from you right now. You came in here talking this shit.
She wasn't talking nothing. All she was sitting here trying to make, like, okay, cool. Like, she was trying to.
If she would have, I think if the conversation probably would have went a little bit more different. She would have said, I got tied up. Police showed up on me. That's why I ain't making to the thing. But then when you started going, like, oh, what you like, oh, a little nice spot. It's like you always got something against me. You don't want to see me out here doing the right thing.
I don't necessarily know that, but I think she wanted him to take blame for his own decisions he made, and that's what she told him. Like, boy, you got bodies of your own. Like, don't try to place everybody on me. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I had you do some things.
He wasn't the muscle, right? What's name? Marvin was the muscle. He was the money. I thought he was like the.
No, he went to the joint and was telling the mother about him killing the other boy. He killed 2 of them. He killed Kanan's friend, whatever the boys she thought it was going to snitch on him when they caught the body in front of the liquor store. Because remember they was posed. He took him out to the club. He got drunk and he killed him. And
was
then,
they all off of her move though, right?
Yes, but that don't mean that when she's sitting here saying
I'm not when I say he don't have no body, like how Marvin just flip off. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I just, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't like that.
Whatever they haven't showed those on the episodes.
Yeah, I
but
thought
she
was more the like I'm the money number guy type of
for
smart.
sure. But he still got his own bodies, and that's what she told him. And
I didn't think he had no willing body.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, he had his own bodies. He had his own bodies, and that's what she was reminding him, like, dog, you can't sit here and try to place the blame on me. Of course, yeah, some of the bodies that I may have asked you to get were some of the extreme ones you may have, but you still got your own. Like, don't make it like you were some saint and I just turned you into some monster. Like, come on, dog, you are who you are. Because even perfect example, she didn't, what's Albie Shore's son or whatever, he killed him on his own. She had nothing to do with that. That was him being jealous about the girl. And he strangled him to death with a cord.
But then they tell him she had to take him out.
No, he got jealous because the dude kept messing with the girl he was dealing with.
Nah, remember he went to Rock, right? Remember
he went to Rock and Rock gave him the information, but dog, that was out of jealousy of him flirting with that girl.
I thought it was something with Rock.
Him flirting with that girl and playing in his face like he didn't know nothing about the music business. So he felt like you was disrespecting me and you was playing with me in my face in front of the girl.
All right. I give him that body.
Yeah, and that was his on his own. And that was a straight ego play. Like you pulled that move off of literally ego by yourself. So that didn't have nothing to do with anybody else. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, that episode only, I guess I don't have no complaints about episode 6. I do think it was a great character build, but it was still kind of kept you on the edge of your seat. Like they were building character, they were giving you backstory, even just the whole little what's his boy name? Famous. Like even just him breaking down in the studio, trying to like he rapping his real life situation, and he can't even handle getting it off his chest. And he had that moment where he had to sit here and go home and break down the cane, and like he just like. I like all of that because it still do kind of show it's not glorifying everything. Like, of course, like, because, some people watch these shows and be like, oh, they just glorifying street stuff. But no, they kind of showing you the process on how people brain cells play out when they are pulling these moves and committing some of these crimes, because it's not just, oh, I caught a body and then it's just, oh, I'm like, if we think about the 2024, I'm a drill rapping out and I'm just sitting here, and I'm hyping up all the bodies out in court. No, he literally caught a body and this is eating him alive. And he talking about it in the song and he can't even get through the verse because he still can't really believe what he did. Because of course it wasn't intentional. He just did it out of defense. So it was just like, so it kind of showed, but then again, like it's still showing even for Lou, he's sitting here drinking, and then go and tell this boy mother like what happened was, oh my God, dog. I don't even know how that's gonna play out.
But he told Famous that shit eating
you alive. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I like how they even did
that one probably hurt him the most.
Of course, because he really liked that little. I mean, I'm not gonna call him little boy, but he liked that boy. Like they was like he was cool and he was loyal. He felt like he was a loyal soldier, and you basically had us take out a loyal soldier for no reason, which was nuts. So like I said, that was Raising Kanan, episode 6. If y'all didn't watch it, please go watch it. Like that was an amazing episode. And realistically, and even just for us to have a 17-minute conversation about it, I felt like it wasn't no spoiler alerts. I mean, you can still we missed out still a lot. So I definitely, like I said, go watch it if you haven't already watched it, and make sure you streaming it on the Stars Zone, because you do have
though. But Kanan Jive flex on Famous, but hold on, ain't that Famous apartment?
Yeah, but Kanan paid for it.
Scream because that nigga screamed.
No, he talked to him crazy, but you got to think about but Kanan gave him the money to move in. Yeah, he did talk to him crazy like that wasn't his apartment.
Pack my shit. I got 5 minutes.
Kanan gave him the original money to move in.
All right,
Kanan gave him the original money to move in. So you're absolutely right. Let that jump load up. Like I said, if you're new here on the YouTube, like, share, subscribe, tell another friend to tell another friend. If you even catch it through the clips, of course, I try to break them up as much as I possibly can. But like I said, go sit here and tell a friend, another friend, like, share, and subscribe. Vulture Podcast.
Vulture Podcast. Like and subscribe to the New Boys podcast. You're listening to the Boys podcast with CEO Mikey and Mr. Fraser.
You ready?
They almost killed Yo Gotti's mama. And I want y'all to know that part. When they got to shooting, when dude ran up and started busting and everything like that and getting big juke, yeah, Yo Gotti's mama opened up the door and ran away. They almost killed Yo Gotti's mama. And I want y'all to know that part.
So for people who don't know what's going on, or maybe you haven't seen it or haven't been on social media over the course, and first off, before we get into any real sad news, of course, I mean, I'm sure most of y'all may have had MLK holiday also. Of course, happy birthday to Martin Luther King, or happy MLK Day, however you want to say it. Is it? Never mind, I don't even want to say it. But my question, I'm tripping, my brain all over the place. So for people who don't know, like I said, Yo Gotti's big brother, Big Juke, got killed in Memphis leaving a funeral, and they said I guess they was at a funeral of a popular, they worded it a drug kingpin of Memphis. So they was at his funeral. His mom was there, Gotti was there, and they showed even videos in the funeral of Yo Gotti and his brother, like right there by the casket together. And then things went left. I guess leaving the funeral, Yo Gotti brother and his mom was in the car together, and then
they said it was some people in the back of the funeral
waiting for them to come out. Yeah. So I mean, and I guess that is, I've always said this a million times on here, beef don't have no limits, and people don't. And again, when I always talk about just move, I've been talking about this for a year, at least a year and some change now. Rappers kind of just been playing off of the Boosie thing. Like, dog, you can't keep going back to your city. And I understand sometimes rappers feel like they untouchable and they really are who they are, and they supposed to be able to move around the city however you want. But don't think that is so crazy that it was that close of a call where he could have literally lost his brother and his mother. And on that, and of course, some people, and let's be clear, I mean, nobody don't know did anybody affiliated with Young Dolph had anything to do with it. But of course, social media wouldn't be social media if people did not run to go see and start putting the Dolph emojis all on the CMG artists post. And then some people even pointed out that Moneybagg Yo hasn't said nothing, like he ain't even throw up a rest in peace on nothing. But realistically, and I think that's why a lot of people I know for a fact just don't be really into music like that, or you got onto some of these artists maybe late when you just kind of figuring them out on Instagram or something. Because before Moneybagg Yo was signed to Gotti, his first big feature was a Young Dolph feature. So I don't necessarily know what him and Dolph relationship was before he even got signed to Gotti, and I know you never even heard them even between their disses or whatever the case may be. But the crazy thing is, one of Young Dolph's, of course, biggest songs is "Don't Play With Me, Gonna Play With Your Bitch." Yo Gotti, you and that whatever. That was that whole CMF cocaine music. I can't even say the word no more, but the F, you know what it's for. It's for, hey, Miss Parker. So he was going crazy on them. So that is the biggest song, and that on that song towards the end, he started dissing Big Juke. So of course, that's another reason why people I seen endless people posting this song. I'm sure that streams on that day, those songs went crazy. And then you seen people who may have been from Memphis. It was like, it's crazy, y'all not even from Memphis, and y'all picking sides and y'all celebrating this man death. But realistically, dog, this is the culture that we live in. That is sad. It is 2024, but dog, you live in a culture where stan culture and fan culture is insane. From when you talk about from Nicki fans versus Cardi fans or Lotto fans, like, dog, it's a stan culture. That is a thing. Social media has birthed stan culture. Like, it is what it is, and you can't sit here and be mad when it is now it's not in the favor of the artist that you may like, because I mean, think about it. Rondo does not even have a music career no more because of that whole King Von situation. Like, it's stan culture, dog. People love Lil Durk, people love King Von. So guess what? Quando Rondo, his man is the one who killed King Von. You had something to do with it. Guess what? We not doing? We not supporting Quando Rondo no more. That boy done put out endless music, and not one person, not even nobody has even said nothing to even bash his music. And again, when we talked about that a few months ago, when I was asking you about the Raw situation, it's just like sometimes you rather people say your music is trash and at least have some type of conversation about it than people say nothing about it at all. And that is the situation with Quando Rondo. Literally has no career at all. Like, so it's just that. So I can't sit here and tell people, no, people really like Young Dolph. Like, a lot of people, though, if people didn't like him, they wouldn't have a museum that's go around touring cities in the hoods around the United States. Like, that Young Dolph museum, like, did numbers every city it went. It even was in New York and it was selling out. So, like, dog, I can't be mad at people, and you can't tell people not to feel some type of way and clear as day. Like, on that song, dog, he was, yeah, you know, I used to front your big brother. Matter of fact, I call him your big sister. I used to front him work and whatever. Like, dog, they had real beef. So you can't say, and let's be clear, for people who may not even been paying attention enough, even when when the people started to get picked up in the Dolph murder, he was one of the people that they were saying was affiliated. Like, it was a picture, I think, of the dude who was supposed to, like, been the head dude who called the play and put the whole play together on Dolph. That was supposed to be his man. So I get it. Like, you don't know these people, so you don't want people to be, but bro, they stands. It's just like, even with, and I know because it's music, it seems different, but people do it with sports all the time. No, people running around with sports tattoos on them. They don't play for these teams. These teams don't cut you a check. But hey, I am a fan. I'm a stan. I love this team. Like, what you want people to say? Like, and I don't think it don't even have nothing to do with pay bracket or nothing. People who, if y'all watch Fox Sports or you listen to any of the Fox Sports shows on the podcast app, like Nick Wright, I like Nick Wright. He's a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan. The same way, Skip Bayless is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. Like, dog, stan culture, if you have seen any clips of Skip Bayless, and I'm sure especially over the weekend, especially after Dallas got smoked, you've seen endless clips of Skip Bayless going viral because, you know, he's he is probably we talking about celebrity, he's the biggest Cowboy fan. Celebrity-wise, like, I'm sure it's a lot of Charlamagne's a Cowboy fan, but we compare, he ain't nowhere even in the same ball cap as Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless has made millions off of talking about the Cowboys. I think he even wrote a book on the Cowboys. So you can't sit here and say, oh, because it's rappers, people not supposed to be diehard fans of them. Are you crazy? Like, bro, people didn't sit here and drop addresses for people who was playing with XXX name. Like, he got a crazy fan base. Like, his fan base is just as crazy. Juice WRLD fan base is just as crazy. So you can't, like, I get it. Like, bro, people are actual fans of these people. Some people feel like they got a lot invested into that music. Those music may have helped people get over certain times. So I can't never be mad at people for feeling some type of way. And of course, it sounds crazy. You don't want people to be celebrating somebody's death, but dog, somebody killed Young Dolph, and that could have been somebody's favorite rapper. So I can't tell them how to grieve or how to process that. Yeah, it may, for people, if you bringing street culture to social media, yeah, you may feel some type of way and voice it and try to, like, shame people, but bro, people are fans. You can't deny. Like, I know I'm a LeBron stan, so I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm above stan culture. Like, no, dog, it's people are fans of people, and some people take stan culture to a different level. So, I mean, like I said, rest in peace to Big Jook, but I can't be mad at, and if you listen to the music of some of them paper route rappers, they ain't let a lot of that slide. Like, what's my man name? I think his name is it Fizzle? I think it's Fizzle or something like that. Bro, he had a CMG diss song that was ridiculous. He went crazy. And he literally put this out maybe like, I want to say like the beginning of November. I would like, if I wasn't recording it on YouTube, I'd play it. He blacked out on that joint. So I'm not about to make it like, yeah, y'all may be paying attention to Key Glock, but that's just not Key Glock's one. That's not his demeanor. That's not who he is. And shout out to Key Glock. He put out a video for that Let's Go song. And that is a huge, when we talking about song that people play the gym, oh my, that's probably one of the biggest gym video songs. I ain't gonna say ever, but right now in the last year, that dog, I even want to say they even play it now with the sports joint. That Let's Go, whatever, however that joint go, that song is huge. But he just put out a mini movie video for that featuring Effie from Power. So shout outs to Key Glock, and of course he didn't tweet nothing about it. The only thing he tweeted all weekend was calling Dak Prescott some trash. So, I mean, that it is what it is. Like I said, again, you can't tell people how to fan out or how not to be stans of somebody, bro. They already there. They've been there. You don't necessarily know how that music made somebody feel neither. So you can't tell somebody to cut it off. Like, look how people cry and bug out for Rod Wave and NBA YoungBoy. And maybe because it's easier for people to understand because their music is more emotional driven. So maybe you don't feel like people should be that type of fan because Dolph didn't have like emotional music, but he had Get Money music. Some people probably been to their lowest and listened to some Dolph and motivated them to get some bread, because I seen even a list that Say Cheese put out maybe like a week or two ago, and it was the rappers who motivate you the most to go get some money, and Young Dolph was number one. It was Young Dolph, Nipsey Hussle, Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Lil Baby, Money Man, Babyface Ray, Payroll, Giovanni, I don't even know how he pronounced his name, but he from Detroit, Sauce Walker, Currency, and Larry June. So that was their list of rappers, and like I said, Young Dolph was number one. Like that's Young Dolph bag. So again, like I said, rest in peace to Young Dolph, rest in peace to Big Jook. But that little dude, whoever that blog is from Memphis, who I wouldn't have put my face on that video. That's crazy though. Like certain things, I get it. That video went viral and he all on over the pages, but I don't necessarily know if that, especially if you still live in Memphis, I don't know if it was worth calling that story. I ain't gonna hold you, because telling somebody like, damn, I can't even imagine what Gotti going through though. Like you think about your mom was in that car. I can't even imagine that, dog. Like that is like when I heard that part, I was like, oh no, this is serious. This ain't nothing to be like keying about. Like, dog, they was not playing.
Yeah, because that was something they watched them.
Oh no, for sure. They knew who, and that's what I mean.
That was one of them the power like with the episode in the funeral, but it wasn't even.
Oh yeah, but yeah, this ain't TV.
Right
this was the real deal, and I guess even for people who may have been following it or seen it, I know the Shade Room and all them picked it up, and literally that it was a police. I mean, I don't know where the camera came from, like a security footage or whatever, but they got a picture of the vehicle leaving the shooting, and they ain't had no tags on. So that was like, this wasn't just some oops, we ran into this. No, this was a planned out. Like we sit here and knew we was about to sit on this funeral until y'all came out. So the getaway car literally had no tags on it. So they was literally that, like I said, it's no rules to beef, and you can't expect it for it to ever be rules to beef and try.
That's the time when you probably least expect it too.
No, of course you did. You.
And I know you're gonna be there because you're gonna show love. No, I don't know the relationship.
Yeah, I don't know what the relationship was neither, but your whole family was there.
I knew you was gonna be there,
and that's crazy, dog. Like that's just damn. Then I seen people saying, "Oh, Angela Simmons need to get away from him." And no disrespect, y'all must better Google what happened to Angela Simmons' baby father. Like she ain't her dating past ain't to perfect, like strangers. And I want to say he was in Memphis when this happened, when he got killed. I don't feel like Googling it, but I'm almost 100% positive that her baby father got killed in Memphis as well. I want to say so I don't necessarily know, but like I said, rest in peace to everybody who lost their life, and there is no rules to beefing. Let that jump load up, and then I just that little part. We can come and talk about some sports next. Let me look at some of these clips
together. Here Taraji said. They got so many options, and I think.
ready?
feel like they got so many options, and I think that that's why a lot of people not gonna get married, because everybody always think, oh, I could do better. Just be so ready to leave a person alone and leave a situation alone, and it could be off all this thing because social media has made us feel like, well, I don't gotta deal with this shit. I can go find shit elsewhere.
In 2023, 28% of 40-year-old men have never been married versus the 22% of women who have never been married. They'll tell you in nursing homes, most of the time it's men there. The women, if they're in there, they have family that's coming to see them. Their spouse has passed away. These men, y'all need to do XYZ so y'all can make sure y'all get a wife. Because it's y'all that are ending up alone.
Bitch, I think everybody needs to fucking do better. I just think our generation is fucked up when it comes to like marriage.
You know how much blessed
that
it is to find your soulmate?
Right.
It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Even a lot of people that are married, they aren't necessarily with their soulmate. They with somebody where it was like, okay, we gonna make it work.
Talk about
you
it.
Good enough. Everybody feel like they got so many options, and I think that that's why a lot of people.
Again, shout outs to Dre and Lex, Poor Minds Podcast. I do agree. I totally agree with, of course, with Dre was saying, where I do think everybody feel like they got options. And y'all know I always say that. I come on here and say, I always want to have these conversations again 10 years ago. Like all the conversations that we are sick and tired of and all the games that we kind of play on social media, where you kind of feel like I'm going to keep moving on, or I'm going to keep posting these memes and make people think I'm moving on to find bigger and better things. I do want to see how it's going to play out, because though God willing, you're going to continuously get older. And the older you get, it's just like, I just know personally, I wouldn't want to be the 50-year-old thirsty person on social media still posting up thirst traps. Like, I don't want that to have to be my behavior. And it is, you see it. Like, I mean, the older.
But would you settle though?
I don't know. I don't know when, but you probably realistically.
But I'm saying, like, if you saying you get to that 50-year mark, are you going to settle for whatever you can get?
I guess realistically, to me, it would be whenever you stop dream chasing. And when I say stop dream chasing, I mean,
so you're not looking for a soulmate.
No. I'm not saying I'm not, but what I'm saying is, and I think you realistically, you may be able to find different versions of that every time, because I think you're so
no, because that's why I'm asking. Even when she said that, how a lot of people settle more to be with a person than actually be with a soulmate. So that's why I'm asking you, if you got to that time where, all right, damn, I'm about to be 50, are you just going to settle for?
So okay, yeah, so I get what you're saying, but I don't necessarily know if it's settling, because what my soulmate may have looked like when I was 20, it's not gonna be what it's gonna look like when it's 30. It's not going to look like what it is 9 times out of 10 when I'm 40. And it definitely wouldn't look like what I was when I'm 50. So you see here, so when people say settling, excuse me, I don't necessarily know if it's settling, or is it realistically just that you kind of matured out of some of the little things that you thought that mattered when you were younger. Like, just think about how heavy you may have been in looks when you were younger. Then when you get older, you kind of figure out, all right, cool. Or after you had some dating experience with some of those people who may have checked off some of those boxes. Like, that was one of my go-to sayings on here before. Like, I'd rather talk to a woman with endless miles on her, because she didn't kind of already experience life. So I don't necessarily know if that's her settling, but what if she already had her version of the NFL player who didn't beat her down, like physically beat her, mentally beat her. I didn't talk to the drug dealer who done almost got me locked up, and I had to sit here and figure he left me stranded on. I had to figure out my own bail money and get lawyers to get away with this situation. So a lot of those things that you didn't check off on them, like the boxes you thought you needed checked, or the type of person, woman or man you was looking for in your 20s and your 30s. Let's say if you achieve them now, and when you're moving towards your 40s, you're not looking for them as much anymore. Like, that whole, what you used to think that used to turn you on, it may not. So I don't necessarily know if you're not.
But then that will still be settling though, because if I had goals and high hopes, I want this type of husband, this what I want. And
what if I don't want it no more? I thought I already got beat up. Let's say if my goal was to marry somebody to play in the NFL, but then I finally got me an NFL player and he beat the smithereens out of me. I'm cool on that no more. I am silly. I don't want to talk to nobody who's in the gym touching steroids or doing all that crazy stuff no more.
But that's what I'm saying. But so my question is, all right, yes, he's not an athlete, but I still can talk to somebody with some money, regardless. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to be an athlete.
Okay, so then what I say? But
so that's what I'm saying. So if you looking at a financial gain, or I want a husband who can take care of me, and whatever the case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what you're looking for, and that's why I'm asking. So when the times get long, you know what I'm saying, get longer, get lonely, do you settle down?
No, but hold on, you're missing what I'm saying though. It don't necessarily have to get long and lonely. It's a lot though. I've literally talked to women recently who have named whatever type of dude you think, because we talking about some of these women who are really beautiful women and they have their pick of the litter of men where they can literally we can go to the top 10 things you think get money is, and they have talked to somebody in each one of those categories and be like, bro, that was at one point in time, even with them, I still felt like I was at my lowest because these people didn't meet me emotionally. I'm cool on that now. Like I thought that's what I needed, but until you have it, you don't realize it. Oh, this is not all I need. I need something else. And if you sitting here asking me, do I want the super huge house with this person who cannot emotionally be intelligent at all? No, I'm checking out for them. So it's not settling. It's no, I tried this and I didn't like it. It was horrible. So my whole appetite changed. Just like you sitting here saying some foods that you may have used to like when you was like, how many people don't even eat cereal no more? But when you was a kid, bro, you used to go crazy on cereal. Why y'all stop eating cereal? You ain't settling. Your taste buds just changed. Or you just realize that cereal ain't as the healthy option for you no more. Mm-hmm. So it's not settling. It's just I can outgrow certain things that I thought was going to be fulfilling for me until I achieved them. And then I realized, oh no, this was just an illusion. It was cool. I thought I wanted it. I love driving the phones. I love living in a big house, but then I didn't like the physical and the mental abuse that it may have came with. So it's not settling this. No, I got a taste of what I liked it, or I thought I liked, and then I just did not like it anymore. And I think people should be able to allow themselves. You can't sit here and be like, oh, I'm settling now because I talked to somebody. No, maybe I'm just tired of getting mentally tarnished and physically abused because I don't want to pay no bills. Like, is it worth me sitting here maybe once every 5 months getting a oops upside my head because I don't want to pay no bills? No, I'm not. I'm cool. I can go work a job. I'm already working a job and find somebody that can mentally and physically please me in a whole completely different way. You're just sitting here saying, I don't want to pay no bills and I don't want to work a job. Like, all right, bro, that's just, I'm cool. I'm tired of this person kicking my head in though. I am tired of that one. I am checking out on that department. So like I said, I don't never necessarily think it's settling, but I do think realistically people should be conscious more of I got options, and then it's always gonna be the grass green on the other side. Because like I said, I love to always constantly see, and that's even just for myself. Like, yeah, all right, time, you ain't getting no younger, Jack. That whatever you keep looking for, why you ain't found it yet? Or when you ran across it, tell me the story about when you found what you're looking for.
So then the question should be: should your palette be open more? Should you look? You should explore more than just narrowing down to one little. You know what I'm saying? Like one hole. You should have more options. You should look other places than just one particular.
No. So, but you know the thing is, and I think if people had more real conversations, like, and that's why I always say it jokingly, but I be dead serious. Like, I'm not about to sit here and keep pigeonholing myself in a box and be like, oh yeah, I wouldn't talk to nobody outside my race, and then I'm casually meeting people outside my race who is absolutely treating you like the greatest person in the world and is not looking for you to bring all the extra baggage or whatever to the table. And they kind of like, no, I just like you how you is. I respect your grind. I respect da-da-da-da. I'm cool with that. You can't sit here, and that's why me and a homegirl of mine always had these conversations, but she get mad. I'm like, bro, but you can't sit here and tell me how I'm feeling at this moment while I'm trying to grind for whatever I'm looking for. I can't sit here and deny the way other women may be showing up for me and allowing me to still just, you know what I'm saying? Keep chasing your dream, whatever the case may be. I'm not geeking for that. I'm just trying to, like, I like you, and I support what you're doing, whatever the case may be. And that may not come into whatever the stereotype that you may want to put me in, or you felt like that's what I was looking at, because that may not necessarily how it play out. Mm-hmm. You got to be honest, but I think a lot of people just be like, you want to be high strung on whatever boxes you want to sit here and say you need to get checked off, and don't be honest on how you may have found happiness outside of those them boxes that wasn't checked, or the boxes you thought, or the person you thought it was going to look like, or the body type you thought it may look like. It may be somebody completely different, and you may be cool with it. You can't sit here. I wouldn't, like I said, that's why I try to consciously even be more careful when I'm having certain conversations, because I would be dishonest to everybody that's listening. I'll be being dishonest to myself if I didn't sit here sometimes and really be like, oh, all right, well, this may be a Spanish woman, or this may be a white woman, and she ain't like hard strong on some of these things that the meme culture and the women behind the meme culture. Like, dog, y'all better stop acting like y'all don't be going. Like I said, I know a lot of y'all be in the comment sections just like I do, and I see how some of these topics, bro, just never gonna stop, and sometimes it's just only with us. So it's just like, I mean, I get it. Like, everybody's cool. Like, we can all kick Jonathan Major's back in, but I'm 100% positive he wasn't dealing with who he was dealing with for no reason. Like, and then while we speaking on Jonathan Major, he lost his role to playing Dennis Rodman, which is insane because he realistically, nose-wise, facial-wise, though, he was the perfect Dennis Rodman. And that's crazy that he looked like, you got to think about, I don't know who was the people who got the rights to that movie, but I'm sure it wasn't Dennis Rodman because I'm 100% positive Dennis Rodman wouldn't care about him having those little issues not to play him. So I'm sure it's whoever the movie studio is who own those rights for him to play Dennis Rodman. But I don't
be a bigger player.
You said what happened?
It could be a bigger player. Like, yes, he got kicked out of Marvel and all that stuff. So it's just like, all right, we need to teach him a lesson.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know who owned the rights to Dennis Rodman's movie or whoever was going to do the movie. I don't know what movie, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what studio it was, but yeah, all right. Damn, he was going to play the perfect Dennis Rodman though. He looks just like Dennis Rodman. Like when they put them pictures up side by side of them two, I'm like, bro, he was the perfect Dennis Rodman. I can't only
because then he would have to lose a lot of weight too.
You must ain't seen him recently. He ain't as big as he was in Creed. You ain't seen him when he was in that courtroom when he did that Good Morning America?
I'm just saying, like, just looking at how Dennis Rodman is built, he's not really a little muscular. Bro, like, that dude is a broad, you know.
Yeah, but he not as big as he was in Creed. And that's why I even think people was kind of throwing steroids on his jacket a little bit.
Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a bully dog, and then you try to make him play a role of like a Doman pension type. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing, but one, I know for a fact, just for me personally working out, it's easy to gain muscle and it's easy to lose it. All you gotta do is do a bunch of cardio. You can lose it fast. Like, look at 50 Cent. Look at that role 50 Cent played. What was that movie?
But even his face structure, it wouldn't like kind of, because even that role that 50 did play, his face structure kind of went, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because 50 probably just went OD crazy on the cardio. Even when I listened to 50 Cent book, I want to say he was saying like he was running something crazy every morning. Like whatever to get into that role, though I can't remember. It was something OD. It was like something that y'all know I'm a cardio freak, and he had me beat by like ridiculous. I was like, damn, I need to step my game up. 50 was going crazy. And of course, you don't want to look like that because he did look extremely sick, but that's just my point. You can lose the weight and you can still gain the muscle back because gaining muscle to me is the easiest thing. The hard thing is actually losing the weight, and then or just even the science to trying to lose weight and keep muscle. Like that is probably the most difficult thing. But like I said, that's a tough blow for Jonathan Majors. I'm not gonna hold you. That losing that Dennis Rodman, because that Jones gonna be fire. Just because everybody loved that mystique of Dennis Rodman, so I'm sure people would have loved to run and see a biopic of Dennis Rodman. And why we talking about Dennis Rodman? Because I guess we can tie this into the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls did. I don't know if it was a ring ceremony or it was some like they basically were showing love to Jerry Krause. And I want to say to Jerry Krause, I think he passed away already. So rest in peace to Jerry Krause, but his wife was there. And when they announced him, like giving him his awards or whatever accolades they was giving him, the Chicago Bulls fans start to boo his wife. And realistically, and I'm sure it's because the way he was betrayed, and one of the reasons why Scottie Pippen was even mad and upset about the way he was betrayed on that Netflix series.
How do you even do that whole ceremony without 3 of the main people on there?
I mean, they didn't want to come. You gotta think about it. Jordan don't mess with the Bulls for real.
But how do you even do that ceremony for real?
I mean, you do it.
That joint look weird as hell.
I get it, but you can't. But listen to what I'm saying though. You can't sit here and be mad at the Bulls invited them. It ain't like they didn't invite them. It ain't like we doing a ceremony. We didn't invite Michael Jordan. We didn't invite Scottie Pippen.
All right, if I didn't have, all right, let's say I can't get Jordan. Everybody else should be there. Like, I'm fine with that because even like with Jordan and the All-Star when they did the little celebration or whatever, and he wasn't there for the picture and all that, I'm fine with that. But for not to have none of them there, that was crazy.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, you can't. It's crazy, but it's just
because it's crazy. Because like even looking at the people, like, damn, who the fuck is this? They didn't know it was Luke Longley. That was the one with the long hair and that little fatigue-looking jacket. And then people ain't know who he was.
I mean, because you haven't seen none of these people.
But that's what I'm saying. But just think about that was the '96 Bulls. Nobody on there besides Steve Kerr. People probably recognize. They didn't watch basketball.
I don't even care if you did watch basketball. You probably didn't know who. Like you said, like when Luke Longley played in the NBA, he didn't have long hair. He had a short haircut. So
that's why I said it was just crazy to see them not even.
I mean, I guess that is the power of some people being okay with just like after my time, and if I'm not bad with money, I don't gotta be on social media because I think most of these dudes in their 50s, 60s, and they like I'm cool. I don't got no socials. I don't have nothing, so you don't know what I'm looking like. Because then you got some people weird, like the Jalen Rose. Shout out to the Fab Five. They just reunited at the I want to say I think
what happened? He got in trouble or something? This nigga's been ghost.
Well, he was there with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the first time I seen him out. He ain't been on TV, nothing.
I mean, he must. I think I mean, you know, like again, when we had that conversation, where is if you relying on the TV networks that you're on to kind of give you your,
and I want to say about like maybe almost 2 years now.
For real?
Yeah.
But he was there. He was in that picture. The whole entire Fab Five was in this picture.
Because I know for sure last year he wasn't, and I want to say that he ain't been there this year.
And shout out to Jalen Rose. No, I don't know how old his daughter is, but she low-key 5. She be crushing it on TikTok. I ain't gonna hold you. She be going crazy when I don't know how old she is. I'm sure she old enough that she be drinking and all that, but she be smoking the TikTok. When she be doing her little sports takes and she find like a way to kind of do like the gossip thing with the girl, she be smoking it. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, they took their picture together. All of them was together. But like even my point, even when I'm saying, even with Jalen Rose, it was just like, if I didn't follow him on Twitter, I'm like, dog, you out of sight, out of mind. It's just like because you relied so much on ESPN to give you the light. And that's why you got to respect somebody like the Shannon Sharp. Or even look at Stephen A. Smith now. Like Stephen A. Smith had his, like, one thing, I appreciate people who pay attention to, like, I got to make sure I get my moment too. I'm not going to get left behind the dust. Because, of course, I mean, I'm sure if y'all listen to enough podcasts or whatever, you do know that Stephen A. is up for a contract negotiation. I guess sometime this year. His contract with ESPN will be up, and he's, of course, he want to renew. He wants to stay with ESPN. But when you negotiate and you want your name to be hot, you want some real buzz behind your name so you can get you a real payday, like the Pat McAfee's. I mean, realistically, on ESPN, Pat McAfee was the one who got the biggest bag, but he got his own show. Even because I follow him, John, on TikTok, they do the whole show live on TikTok. I mean, of course, like whatever's on ESPN, but he still know, like, I'm not gonna, like, I was in the gym earlier today and I was watching it. I'm like, it was like 6,000 people watching them on that joint for TikTok to go on a TikTok live. That's a lot of people. Like, it ain't like, it's I think the only person I seen like probably had more numbers than that. And I said that before is the dudes that was in prison and Nicki Minaj. Outside of that, like that 6,000 number, it don't sound like a lot. If of course it was Instagram, before it to be TikTok, that's a lot. Yeah, so anyway, he's chasing that. Stephen A's chasing that bag. So he did have his back and forth with Jason Whitlock over the week, and he smoked Jason Whitlock. He went crazy on him. It don't even necessarily have to play the clip. I'm sure y'all have seen it. And he called Jason Whitlock a fat B, and called him a fat bastard as well. And for people who, if you've seen Stephen A is not no super cussing person. He's not as clever when he speaks about the religion thing. Like Shannon Sharp will bring it in the middle of the joint. Like he'll quote a scripture and kind of throw it like with something cool and make you kind of giggle with it. But Stephen A. Smith, like, he'll let you know, like, no, I go to church every, you know what I'm saying, whatever case may be. Even when he started off his rant before he was promoting it, he was like, man, I called my pastor, I called the people at ESPN, I told them, like, hey,
he one of them types, I go to church, but I don't got showed off that I'm at my match.
Yeah, but he still speak of it though. He acknowledges, like, if you catch him do an interview, like, he always acknowledges, like, yeah, I got a pastor, whatever case may be, I go to church. But of course, he's not maybe like a super, like, you know, posting videos in church or whatever case may be, but he lets it be known, like, yeah, I have a home-based church that I go to. I got a pastor that, you know, something that I check in with, or I may have, you know, do prayers for me or pray over me or whatever case may be. So he even acknowledged that, like, hey, please forgive me, because when these clips gonna go viral for me violating this person, and this is not my usual character. So, because I usually don't, I mean, of course, you're on ESPN, so you really don't have no place to use foul language. And even on his shows that's not a part of ESPN, he still, you know, like, he still be respectful in the guidelines, because, like, all right, I don't need to be like cussing crazy to get my point across. So that kind of let people know, like, he really meant it. And then if I gotta describe who Jason Whitlock is or whatever he is, I don't even want to do it, because to me, he's just one of them people. I told y'all before, when somebody wrote under my comment section and said I was giving them type of vibes, I was like, yeah, you got me, you got me all the way chopped and screwed. There's no way in the world my brain couldn't go there even if it wanted to. So I was happy for Stephen A. I'm glad he had his moment, and it didn't go to waste. Like, he went ham on dude. I think he still called, like, Stephen A. had like 1 million views on that YouTube jump in like less than 24 hours. Of course, it wasn't as big as the Cat Williams, Shannon Sharp situation, but it was big in the sports world, because a lot of sports people feel that way about Jason Whitlock. Like, I seen Jamel Hill retweeting it and adding, you know, saying her 2 cents into however she felt about Jason. I seen a lot of people kind of doubling down on their feelings. And of course, when I talked about Nick Wright not too long ago, he even had something to say about, like, a lot of people who have encountered Jason Whitlock before, they have all felt the same way. And I want to say, even I think after he got fired from ESPN, he tried to go on Fox Sports and Skip Bayless wouldn't have him. So y'all got to think about it. Look at how bad Skip trying to still struggle to replace Shannon now. For him not to want to deal with Jason Whitlock, you kind of know how bad. I can't even say that, because Skip is like, he try his hardest to really be locked in with the black community. So that kind of lets you know how much, I guess, Jason Whitlock is not real. He might be a black man, but he ain't invited to the cookout at all. Like, he definitely ain't on the side with us. Like I said, so shout out to Stephen A. Smith for having his moment, getting his feelings off his chest. I guess I got a question, because we can kind of tie this into football. I don't even know how we even got all the way wherever we was at right now, but those conversations be going all over the place. So I guess my question would be, would you be okay with sharing a FanDuel account with your significant other? And that is what I wanted to call the episode, because
Fuck no.
What if they was heavy into gambling though?
No. Hell no.
So you would make them have their own separate jump?
Yeah. Because what if she hit big and you've been taking L's? You gonna split? No. She can be like, nah, that's my money, right?
That's the point of sharing. No, it ain't your money, it's our money.
Nigga, in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she hit big, right? She ain't sharing. That's what she gonna spend what she gonna spend. She might look out, but she's not sharing. You hit big and win, you gotta share. If you don't tell her, you gotta share. Right or wrong?
No, yeah,
that's why enough relationship.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, of course. So listen to what I'm saying. That's why I said, because realistically, I just know, especially of course the playoffs. So a lot of people, if you do any form of sports gambling, I'm sure you had that itch over the weekend to sit here and place your bets when it comes to the wild card weekend. So I seen women just asking like, oh, I even seen, matter of fact, Sexy Red just did a post and she was like, I'm trying to turn $100 into 10,000. Give me y'all picks. So I do know a lot, and that's why I even be more comfortable with even talking about the sports in here, because I know a lot of women are indulging and engaging in sports gambling. So my thing of it is, would you, like, even if you was in a relationship, would you want your girl outsourcing her picks through other dudes or on her page?
That's fine. But I'm not sure. We're not sharing no account. Because what if she made up, like, if she sit here, oh no, my man told me I should go with such and such.
And so what's
that's why you should not share.
No, that's why I like what you just said. But just imagine if her homeboy give her a play and it hit for like let's just not go too crazy. Let's say if it hit for 2,000 or 5,000.
Right. You ain't getting none of that.
And then
you ain't getting none of that, and you know it.
Yeah, but that's why
I want. But no,
that's cool. I get what you're saying.
Don't let me tell you a pick, and you ain't listening to me. So that's why are we sharing? Why are we sharing? Why are we sharing? I told you to pick this. You did not, girl. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. And then my man told me to go with such and such. You ain't want to listen to me. He told me to play. You ain't want to listen to me. And you go pick some other bullshit.
So I'm with you. Listen what I'm saying. I'm with you, and that's why I brought it up. But how would you feel if you had your own picks and you said exactly what you just said to her? She hit, you don't hit. Would you feel some type of way? Did your girl?
No, I'm not. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna hold you. My ego kind of be like bruised a little bit.
I'm not mad at all. But
you got the pick from somebody else.
It would be a different conversation if you got the picks from your coworker.
What you mean, as a man?
Yeah.
Oh, you better not tell your girl you got some picks from a goddamn another woman. That's crazy. That seems very unmasculine, dog. Like that is very, very unmasculine. Like, I like to throw around masculine and unmasculine energy. That's a very unmasculine thing. As a man, you had to go get picks from a woman is nuts, dog.
Nah, what if she just said, well, I heard such and such. Nah, you need to take the damn for it. My girl was with him last night. He got the flu. He ain't gonna play well.
All right, if that's your reason enough why you took the information from a woman, then cool. But I'm not taking my sports picks from a woman. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even care if she worked at ESPN or Fox or any of that. I'm
sexist pig.
Yeah, I wouldn't, dog. I'm not gonna hold you. I wouldn't. I would not. And shout out to everybody at ESPN because they was dragging. What's that? And I like this lady is a beautiful black woman, Kimberly Martin. And for ESPN is a hater because every time ESPN posts her on her Instagram on First Take, they never tag this woman. I had to search her name to find her page to see. I mean, to go just look at her Instagram. And so ESPN be hating, like they never tag her. Like y'all always tag Skip and Shannon, but not Skip, but Stephen A and Shannon, or tag Molly, but you won't tag Kimberly Martin. But they was killing Molly killing Kimberly because of course everybody had these wild outlandish takes about Cam Newton, saying Cam Newton was a hater and this, that, and the third. When he said that Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, and Tua were game managers. And of course, for people who, if you've been living under a rock, all of those players lost. I mean, well, Purdy didn't play yet, but Tua and Dak both went to bed over the weekend. So people, of course, Twitter going Twitter, and everybody was bringing up that episode when she was saying it, and they was dragging her. Cam Newton name was trending, all the Cam old memes. And the only my thing is when people was trying to sit here and say Cam sound like somebody just locked in their mother basement, hating on players, like, dog. One, y'all don't, again, I hate to be the numbers person. Cam Newton podcast ain't struggling. By him and that episode with him and Charleston White did like 5 million views. Like, he ain't got some, hey, I'm trying to get some clickbait or I'm trying to get my legs moving. Like, dog, he got endless interviews that kind of do numbers. And if we sitting here comparing, like, if we talking about who got a better interviewing style, if it's Shannon Sharpe or is it Cam Newton? Cam Newton has 100 times better speaking style and interviewing style and charisma on camera than Shannon Sharpe do. Like, of course, Shannon Sharpe is just, he's more popular, but if you talking about actually watching content for content, Cam Newton's podcast, him sitting down interviewing people, is 100 times better than Shannon Sharpe. And I love Shannon Sharpe, but if we talking about just charisma and swag on camera,
but I think
Cam's is undefeated.
I think that is Cam Newton's always been his downfall. It's his image, though. I think that's more so why people might say the things that they say. Yeah, because the way he come off, the way he look, his image.
Yeah, because he's a huge man who's
that's what I'm saying. But even when
he
was talking at the podium, a pros game, and when he started doing the little hat shit and wearing the scarf, I just think it's more of his image that kind of strode people away from him. Like, oh, you don't know what he's talking about. Because, like I said, Cam Newton had a good, I can't say a great career, but
I mean, he did though. He just didn't win a Super Bowl. Because if that's the case, then you gonna say Dan Marino didn't have a great career? Cam Newton's still an MVP, a league MVP.
Oh, he did get MVP. Okay.
And took a team to a 15-1 season. Like, dog, we ain't about to sit here like he ain't no poo butt. Like, what we talking about? Like, you can't sit here and
okay, my question, would you take him over Mike Vick? If they both was going Hall of Fame voting.
I'm still gonna take Mike Vick because Mike Vick is Mike Vick.
But Mike Vick ain't never
take a team to a Super Bowl, but he's still Mike Vick. Like, that's like Iverson. Like, Michael Vick and Iverson kind of like.
Remember, because didn't he have an issue about that he wasn't on the little blacklist? The quarterbacks, I think it was something that Cam Newton wasn't on.
It was when they were talking about black quarterbacks. Yeah.
So,
but I do agree with you. I do think people do criticize him and give him harder takes and opinions because the way he dressed. But then y'all got to remember again. That's why I say I don't necessarily know how y'all like. He from Atlanta. You don't criticize Gunna and Young Thug for the way they dress. Or look at dog. Every time I look at Quavo, I'm like, dog, who told you to put this on? You look nuts. But that's them. That's their Atlanta people. They just are one. You rich, so you just feel like I can put on whatever I want, and they do. Like I can't sit here and say I'm gonna be super hard on Cam Newton, but people gonna champion Quavo and them and champion Gunna and Thug and all of them for the way that they dress. But you sit here hard on Cam Newton. He from the same place they from, and he around the same age as them. Of course, because he's bigger in stature as a man, physically bigger. So you may feel like he ain't way older than them. He's still in his 30s too. He ain't 40 or 50. He in his 30s.
Yeah, so it's just I think that's probably why he get a lot of criticism. Or people say this stuff like,
but that's why. But let's be clear though. But that's why a lot of people don't like watch ESPN for real because we judge them the way. No, nobody that suit and tie day and age is kind of like, come on, bro. That's for the older people who already home.
But then my only thing about even with Cam, like I just feel like. You for the people, you are, you know who you are, but then you jive. I think when you let everybody down is when you stop doing the whole little dab, when you let the fan get to you. Because like after that, that's when everything started going downhill for him. So that's why I just feel like just as a whole, or just like looking at, all right, well, damn, Cam, you were that guy. But then you let this woman say, all right, you need to stop doing that.
So I think
that's where it kind of.
But again, we had this, and I always had this conversation with Dad. I always tell him like, all of these people are still human. And I was even talking, and I'm gonna play this clip. We can talk about Rick Ross and his new girlfriend in a minute. I do think realistically, sometimes people forget we all are humans, and everybody can't turn the comment section off. You cannot unhear certain things that you've heard. And people even brought up the situation when the lady told LeBron to shut up and dribble, and then Aaron Rodgers was having his situation going back and forth with Jimmy Kimmel, and they was like, "Oh, he on ESPN." On the Pat McAfee show, going against, and I think all ESPN and all of them under the same umbrella with ABC or whatever Disney. It's all under that Disney umbrella. And Jimmy Kimmel was on the same thing, and they was just like, it's crazy how y'all let Aaron Rodgers say one thing, but then any other athletes like think about the reason why Kaepernick not in the league no more. Think about what the people like. It's just y'all clear as day allowing Aaron Rodgers still to get on a ESPN broadcast to diss somebody else under that same Disney umbrella. Now, don't get me wrong. I think after it kept blowing back up last week, I think ESPN was basically like they don't want Aaron Rodgers coming on the Pat McAfee show no more. So
he ain't got no choice.
Why don't he?
He under the contract.
Yeah, well,
He
I
got
don't-
part of that.
well-
that's how Pat McAfee got that huge check.
Well, we're gonna see
I
how it
think
play out. I think he's not supposed to. I don't think he's supposed to go over there no more. I want to say I thought I heard him say that. I'm not 100% positive. Don't quote me on it, but we'll see.
Yeah,
He
'cause
supposed
I-
he be
I
on it
wanna
every
say
Tuesday.
That's how he got that.
No,
that
for sure.
deal.
No, of course, because that's how he got super popular, because he was the only person that was getting interviews from Aaron Rodgers every Tuesday. So I mean, we'll see. But yeah, people were bringing up those comparisons. Let this jump load up. We got to come back here. Still talk about the playoff games over the weekend. Like I said, if you're new here, like, share, subscribe.
Like and subscribe to the New Boy Show podcast. Let's go.
You're talking a lot of
What's the score? 16-0?
16-9.
9? Oh, close the door all the way. I don't think that's right. Oh, wow.
It's like a minute left.
Okay, because I did mention Rick Ross just a few seconds ago. It's been a messy weekend for, and I ain't gonna necessarily say him, but it's been a messy weekend for his girlfriend or his new girlfriend. And of course, again, like I said, because people are human, and I do want to kind of shoot her some bill. I wasn't familiar with who she was, and kind of have it still like I ain't even run to even go look at her page. I see her getting picked up on all the blogs, but I do think this form of new celebrity where you kind of getting picked up on the blogs every day, like you kind of can't breathe or say anything without them picking you up now because you're Rick Ross's new girlfriend. So they are, and I think the comments is kicking her. Like she got multiple videos, and I'm gonna play a few of them. Just the comments is kicking her butt. Like she kind of can't help herself. Like she can't help besides give a response or try to give a clack back. And then I think even
what came out first, the Pretty V or her?
Oh, her, what she said came out first. So this clip I'm about to play right now came out first. And then, are you talking about that Prairie V jump with $1 million worth of game? Yeah, that was just the interview. I don't even necessarily, don't get me wrong, because I don't know if Gilly even still like Rick Ross, because they, him and Rick Ross had their little back and forth. So I don't necessarily know if that was the reason why they brought Pretty V up there, but I'm sure she not that petty. So I don't know. But it did seem like them things, that her response on this $1 million worth of game kind of went hand to hand.
Comments too. I've been reading the comments. It's so easy to interview you right now because all you had to do is read the comments. Another thing I see on the comments on social media is that a lot of people keep mentioning Pretty V in his past relationship with Pretty V. Is that affecting you? Are you questioning him about that? How do that make you feel about people questioning, you know, where's Pretty V? How do that make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel any way at all. I think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's levels to everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was never this.
For the people that don't know, what do you mean by that was never this and there's levels to it?
Whatever they had is not what we have. Simple, you know? It's no disrespect to anybody, but whatever y'all think they had is not what we for sure have. It's just not. So I'm not worried about it. I see the comments too.
Did they go public?
No.
Well, they had to go public if everybody knew.
Well, where's the pictures of them holding hands and them kissing and them on the jet together and them in Dubai and her on the billboard? Like, where's that at? Where's the flowers? Where's all that?
Y'all put a comment. Y'all let me know. Y'all pull that shit up. Because I was on some player shit. I never was checking.
While we're on the topic though, like, show me where he did that with anybody.
Lyrical.
Okay, so real quick before they get into any, and I'm mad that I cut it off. I should have let him. Hold on.
Please.
Show me where he did that with anybody. Line them up.
Oh, really? I ain't never peeped game, but I know he was for show public with Lear galore.
I know that too. You know, shout out to Lear. But show me where he did.
All right, so real quick, just and I don't even know if I'm gonna clip this up, but I don't know if I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. But the homegirl I told y'all that got me and her close friends, I've seen her everything she said. I've seen her do that with Rick Ross 1,000,000 times.
Of course.
I'm talking about I literally seen her with him buying everything you just said. You ain't never seen him do with nobody. She was there recording the whole entire process. So that's crazy. And I be like, dog, I'm telling you, I'm sure Rick Ross probably took care of this girl so well, and that's why she kind of ain't said nothing. But I swear to God, if that was me, this is my opportunity to, I'm giving me my clout right now. I don't care, because guess what? I don't need Rick Ross to take care of me no more, because I can eat off of this clout by myself now.
But her even saying that is just like, no, who is he really done that with anybody?
But again, he just said with Lyrical Law, dog, Rick Ross did a whole Breakfast Club interview, and Lyrical Law was sitting on his lap, dog. And everybody was losing their mind with that one, because like, dog, Rick was like, damn, Rick Ross did a whole interview and had this girl in his interview.
I remember.
So it's just like, but again, what I'm saying, what I'm saying is sometimes when we're talking about social media and everybody ain't ready for that comment section. That comment section. So why was she getting interviewed in the first place? And shout outs to to the dude who podcast that was, because his man was the double cheeked up on the Tuesday, or what is it, double cheeked up on the third, whatever that was. His man, they did a show together before he I give him some respect for even still be able to hold on and push through and still do his show with his man even passing.
So what is she like?
I don't know what she do, and I'm sure he probably realistically he only interviewing her because she's Rick Ross' girlfriend. Let's be clear. Okay. I don't know what she do. I don't even know her name. Don't care. And they post her name every time on the drum, but I don't care enough to sit here and read what this girl name is. I don't care, because I know she ain't gonna be above for so long. Like Rick Ross literally just had a newborn baby, and they posted the jump, and then she posted it on her story, and then the girl and the baby mother wrote back like, "We don't even know you, girl. Take my daughter down off your Instagram story." And that's again where you can tell sometimes. And me and a homegirl of mine have been arguing about this for like the last 2 days, because I'm sitting here telling her I understand, because I post content, so I understand how sometimes the comment section can be aggressive. I started this episode off and telling y'all how people was sitting here trying to argue me down like Mos Def was the greatest rapper ever. So I understand how, and of course that's not, those two things ain't the same, but even people calling her a pick-me and people sitting here going on her, but again, look at how when we was even talking about soulmates and situations where people realistically in 2024 still, and all of 2023, you think proving a relationship is, oh, because me and this person can kiss on social media?
Is that about to say, didn't he kiss Pretty V on the red carpet or something like that?
I don't necessarily know I don't think he did none of that. I think they just like kind of.
I think he did.
Maybe
I think that was the first time people started expecting.
Maybe I thought the first time was when they did like a skit like for some ballet and they was in like in the bed together or something like that. I don't necessarily know, but my whole thing of it is, even with that, is just like that comment section can get vicious, and that comment section can't not be. And then that's why I'm glad you even said something about Cam Newton. But it's just like even just before it was even a comment section on social media. Let's just bring it back to sports. Look at that Super Bowl for Donovan McNabb when the Eagles got there. What got Donovan McNabb and the Eagles there? Oh, he was running with his legs. Think about when he got to that Super Bowl, because every black quarterback deal with that. From even Lamar Jackson, and you kind of seen at the beginning of the season how he started off. He was just in the pocket. And this is from me betting, and I'm talking to my friends who aces at Ravens fan, and both of us, the very first game of the season, we betting, oh, he gonna run, but he ain't run. No, he didn't start running again until towards the end of the season when he kind of was like, all right, man, I'm about to pull this thing down and do what I'm supposed to do. So, but a lot of quarterbacks, especially black, you listening to the sound, oh, he can't do nothing but run. He ain't a pocket quarterback. So you get the best of him. So again, like I said, sometimes this was before social media, it got the best of Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb got to the Super Bowl and crippled himself. He stopped running. He just wanted to be, dog, you ain't like, okay, you cool, but you ain't a great pocket passer. You tried to become a pocket passer and you lost the Super Bowl. If you would have stuck to what got you there, you would have kept running. So that's what, again, what I'm saying, sometimes, even before it was a comment section, that was just people on ESPN talking. And they, of course,
but my question for her though, what in the comment section were people saying is that it will get to you for real?
But they basically were sitting here saying, "Oh, girl, you nobody. You going Rick Ross run through women like water." And what she do?
But
and then women were saying,
so
"Oh, you only with him
she
because he got
thinks,
money."
She thinks otherwise.
Oh, in her brain, listen to even from the way she explained it. She was basically trying to think. She feels like her relationship with him is completely different, and because he's more comfortable with going public with her than the rest of these other girls. Even like when she threw
said he was comfortable going public. You might have made it public, and he ain't really want it public.
But he did buy her a billboard in Dubai.
Okay, who live in Dubai?
People, what you mean?
We don't live in Dubai. So you bought a billboard out there, but
he showed it off on his social media that he paid. I mean, his followers still seeing it. That's how people know it was a story. That's why she was even saying it.
So what did it say? I love you or something?
I know it was like promoting her Instagram page or something.
Oh, promotion. Okay. But that don't mean we had a relationship.
Marcus, I get what you're saying, and I'm sure most people listening think the same way you think. But for a woman who may never had somebody do that for her, that's a big deal.
Okay.
Like, this is still Rick Ross. Like, I'm sure it's some of his artists who probably looking at it like, nigga, you ain't never buy us no billboard. I'm sure Pac, what was his name? Pac Mill or Peel, whatever Peel, that was his name, Peel, who was original to first MMG when it was me. I'm sure Fat Trail probably like, nigga, you ain't never buy me no goddamn billboard. So you saying it's just Dubai, but I'm sure it's artists who've been signed to MMG ain't never got a billboard from Rick Ross. So I understand what she's trying to take jabs at, but again, like I said, because this girl I follow, I watched her, everything she said, you have never seen nobody else do. I've literally seen with my own two eyes. This ain't me assuming. I've literally watched it to the point that I was getting sick and tired of watching it. So it's just my whole thing of it is, but again, it's just like everybody, again, when we was even talking about the soulmates or what people think they want or what you're chasing, until you get it, you don't necessarily know how it's going to affect you, because I'm sure in the back of your mind, you thinking, oh, I'm gonna date Rick Ross and it's going to be all cotton candy and people are just going to love me because I'm just this regular body girl. I'm not built like Lyra Galore. I'm just a natural body, small, petite woman.
Would that break you?
It may. Some people, if you're not mentally tough for it, because some things, again, you hear pastors talk about that all the time. People pray for stuff that you're not really ready for.
So my question is, if he's giving you all that and he's checking all the boxes, do the comments really matter that you won't be happy, or just the comments is
Man, I don't know, because dog, some people know how to do it to the point where it's like okay, perfect example, like Blueface mother know how to do it to the point where it's like
beneficial.
It's beneficial to her. She allowed she gonna engage in the comment section. She gonna see Blueface mother on every blog page. You gonna see if it's a post about Blueface or Krishan or her or whatever the other girl name is. His mother gonna be in the comment section. She know how to eat. Black China mother know how to eat off the comment section. Like those, like you think about how old them are, but they know how to work.
Talk about it. We didn't talk about it last week.
Her sending the dude the pictures. But you know what's so crazy? Those even that we didn't, and we can let's get back to Rick Ross in a second. But just to address that Black China situation, those pictures that she sent, like when you seen it kind of clear, because some of the pages when they post stuff they blur it out too much. But it was just like these pictures was like from her Instagram live or something. Like these wasn't like just pictures just for his eyes only. So I don't necessarily know. And then I guess when she showed it, it was like, bro, this was a fake page sending you this stuff. This wasn't me for real.
Gotcha. Okay.
But even and of course, but it even still makes sense when I'm looking.
It was kind of like a screenshot
of a live or something. So I'm like, dog, why? What are you talking about? Like, why would she? Why wouldn't she just send you something straight from her phone? Because don't get it twisted. As I'm sure for everybody, when people send you pictures, I go look at the date. Like, is this new or you sending me something old?
What? That's a problem.
It's not a problem, but if you send me something,
why are you even checking? You checking the location too?
No, I ain't checking. I don't know how to do that, but I know how to check the date.
It's gonna come up, right?
No, the location don't come up. The date just come up.
Location, everything comes.
Oh, yeah, I never checked the location.
Y'all
That's
better
too.
turn
Yeah,
that shit off.
that's too much.
Y'all don't know when y'all take them pictures, the location is on. And when you send it, it says where you took that picture at.
Oh, yeah, well, it don't matter. Most of my pictures in the gym anyway, so I don't care. My thirsty pictures be in the gym, so I don't really care. It's LA Fitness. Okay, just pick which one it is. It don't matter. But I'm just being honest. That's where all my thirsty pictures be. I be respecting, pause, no homo. I be respecting niggas when you see niggas trying to get their picture off. Like, I'll walk around on the other side because some people, like older men be in the gym, they don't care. They gonna walk right through your picture and be like, oh, you see the young nigga just got his pump right. He trying to get, because let's be clear, because most people are not as strong as they do when they trying to get their picture. You laughing because you just never did it, but I swear, if you go to the gym, everybody who goes to the gym, especially if you follow, I'm gonna tell you what make it easy. If you follow women, all women always do their little locker room chronicles. Like, I follow enough girls who work out, and that always be the thing.
I understand that part, but if I'm telling you, if I caught your big ass in the motherfucking gym up here trying to,
man, nigga, you crazy. Niggas do it all day long. You're crazy as hell. That is a common thing to see in 2024 in the gym. It'd be endless dudes in there trying to get their fresh pump picture off. Because while you got a fresh, pause, no homo, that's what it's called. It's a fresh pump. When your muscles is bigger than what they usually are because you just finished working out, you want to get in that picture because you look bigger than what you actually are.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, you respect it. Like I said, we all over the place. So we gonna bring this back and bring it back to Rick Ross with Pretty V on her.
I wear my armor of God on me every day. Like, when I leave, he there. When I go to sleep, he there. When I walk in, I'm talking to y'all, he's there. I'm that girl. Like, I don't have time to be looking at everybody else like I want that. No, I have that. Whatever you have, I already got 10 times more because I know I wear mine. I don't put on, like, if you see me, if I like somebody, I'm by somebody I like, what they do? That's me.
Right.
Like, get it, what's going on?
Right.
How you feeling?
Right.
That's all of that. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna have, because I wear that.
That's funny. That's how I am.
Yeah.
Like, what you see is what you get. It ain't no, it's not like,
yeah. I don't
there's no mystery to this shit. It's either you fuck with me or you don't.
Now, I'm observant. I'm gonna observe the room. I'm gonna, before I, start doing what I do, to see what that energy feels like. But other than that, I wear the armor of God around me every day. Nobody can take that from me. It's in my blood, and I'm gonna rock out either way. So if you don't like me, it is what it is. That's just your internal, not mine. Because I'm gonna just say what they do to everybody in here if they don't know me. I wear.
And again, and shout out to Pretty V, because she is dealing with this whole situation with Grace not really clapping back. Like, even when the girl had that little video and she was like, the only thing I can sit here and say, it's just, I'm just laughing out loud.
Do you have to?
No, but I think,
because it's mainly other people tagging you in. It's not you or any ties. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just tagging you into it. Because let's say y'all really wasn't that serious. So that's,
of course, for sure.
So do I really have to respond?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. One, because me and him never really came out public and made it like it was that serious. So you absolutely right. This is, again, when we was talking about the Gotti situation, it is stan culture. People are overly infatuated with celebrity culture. So it is people in the comment section tagging her in these posts, people on Twitter who tagging her and adding her in these things. So we don't necessarily know how serious their relationship is, and that's why that girl tried to use it. Like, y'all ain't never seen them on dates, so you never seen that, because it may not have been nothing serious for them. They may have just been playing into something for, like, even if you sitting here just going off of skits, you may think that Desi Banks talked to one of them before, because he do all these personal skits with them, you know what I'm saying, all the time. Like, he do jumps with B Simone, he do jumps with Pretty V. So you absolutely don't know. But then I do think the smart thing for Pretty V is, because I have my own career. I'm not attached to some man. I don't need Rick Ross to help me out. Like,
I need to be attached to Nick Cannon.
Exactly, but so I don't necessarily need to attach myself to these people, because I don't even want my mess. So I don't want I don't want to turn no other dude off, because my style won't keep going up. Pretty V is hilarious. She is a great person. Like, you even hear her when she talk. Like, that's, to me, that's why it was so easy for them to even probably find the clip up and use, because even every time I hear her on the Breakfast Club, like, she do amazing interviews. Like, she got a good radio voice, and she know how to project her voice and all that. So I wouldn't sit here and try to do too much of the clapbacking with somebody who may not necessarily even be around 5 months from now. And then even but I understand that girl logic, because I do know a lot of women who do judge their relationship off of stupid stuff like taking pictures or kissing in public, or did this person acknowledge me on social media? Like, it's a lot. Like, that's why I'm not but so mad at her, because this is a young girl. And realistically, it's older women who even judge their relationships off of those same little petty, stupid things, because it's something that, hey, I can brag about on social media. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad at the girl, and I respect Pretty V for kind of taking the high road of the whole situation, because it's just like nobody don't really know what her and Rick Ross' real relationship actually was. So you kind of really judging it off of just that. To move on, I guess let's talk about, I guess, the wild card weekend, because we kind of like we've been talking about sports, but we kind of been indirectly. We haven't talked about the wild card weekend. Shout out to the Texans for smoking the boots off the Browns. CJ Stroud just looked like the real deal. The Texans look like the real deal. They made goddamn that whole little Flocka, whatever they were trying to go in there and push that narrative. Boy, they made that nigga see the ghost. He was out there throwing ball to the ghost, because goddamn they ran 2 pick sixes back to back on them. The Texans smoked the boots out the Browns, and of course, if y'all want me to do my regular narrative thing, they got a black coach, black quarterback. So kind of like I like the Texans. Of course, I ain't going to root for them against the Ravens, but I do like. Yeah, that's who they got next. So they beat the Browns. They smoked the Browns actually. And what else played? Oh, the Cowboys. We can't. No, the one thing I can sit here and say is, of course, at one point in time, especially on social media, when Threads came around, I think that it was one of the things that kind of held Threads from actually growing, because they didn't have no hashtags and they didn't have no search. Like, for men, there's no real time, conversations you can have with people. And this was probably like one of my first times outside of Lakers. I told y'all last week, I follow a lot of people who are Lakers fans on Twitter. So you can, during the Lakers games, especially a lot of people on the West Coast, it's easy to have those conversations with them. But a real time to watch like all the big sports personalities from Fox and from ESPN or wherever else, or other athletes or rappers who are Cowboys fans, or Lil Wayne who's a Packers fans, like everybody and their mother on Twitter ain't doing nothing but talking about this Cowboys versus the Packers game, and the Packers coming out smoking their boots. And if y'all heard, y'all know me and Marcus had just little slight conversations about Jordan Love having a cannon all year long. Like every time we watch a Packers game, one thing you cannot deny him, that boy can throw the hell out of that football, and he got to do it on national television. When the lights was supposed to be bright, they wasn't too bright for Jordan Love. He showed out. And the crazy thing, though, that
might have to give the Packers some respect.
Oh, they earned them. If you didn't, but you know
because I mean, just if you just look at it just from generation to generation, now you about to be on your 3rd franchise quarterback.
Oh, of course. And I think, and then that's why some people were even giving their coach some praise, because they was like, look how they just moved off of Aaron Rodgers, where everybody else was probably second guessing. I'm like, damn, we don't know what Jordan. But y'all think about it, and again, why I do, one of the reasons why I hate patient. No, why you gotta be patient, but I hate sports people, because even somebody like Kyle, I even seen him today, and he was, of course, sucking Jordan Love off the day. But I watched him be like, oh yeah, Jordan Love just not ready. He not ready, and everybody in the Packers organization know that.
That is fine, because that's a part of sports. Nobody's coming out the gates and just, oh my God.
Besides, well, CJ.
But I think even took him a little ways to get his foot wet and get
into him to actually get where he was going. Because realistically, going into the season.
Now, if we sitting here saying off of professional football impact wise, just coming out, you know what I'm saying? Like he will be a first in a long time who actually, you started.
What, CJ?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's the youngest right now. The playoff win. He was the youngest. Yeah, he the first.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody's situation comes in different ways, and how you move off that situation, how you become who you are, your legacy. It all depends. Because even if you say like Ben Roethlisberger, his starting job, the quarterback went down. Then after that, he went on that win streak, and that's how he became Ben Roethlisberger. So I think it's just all on how you create your. Nobody's coming out the gate, oh, I'm the star, I'm this, I'm that.
No, for sure. But of course, I'm just talking about just sometimes how just the media can just try to push narratives on certain players. And if you just,
I mean, shit, take Jalen Hurts for example. You forgot he got benched in the playoffs when they played the what was it, right before the when the Commanders went to the playoffs. It was that game. It was like the last game. It was like the last game of the season. Yeah, and they set him down in the first, and I guess they didn't want him to finish because they wanted that draft pick.
Yeah.
And so just to think about it now, that's your franchise quarterback.
For sure.
Sometimes you just gotta be patient.
No, of course, but but I'm just talking about just sometimes where I just don't like when you get too loud about pushing a narrative and not actually allowing players to even play. Because look, perfect example, when we talking about with the 49ers, and that was my beef with them, what they did to Trey Lance, because he still only played 8 games, though. You think about 8, they played 17 games in one season. So you talking about out of 3 years, he only played in 8 games, and nobody never gave him a fair chance. And well, hopefully we'll look at him right now the way the Cowboys fans, and that's so crazy how of course, when we even go back to the Gaddy situation, we talking about fans and stand culture, though, like how quick Cowboys fans ready to get rid of Dak Prescott. Don't think about just this season. They were saying he was an MVP quarterback. And Michael Parsons, you gonna learn the hard way. You gonna have to get on that microphone, my brother. You sit here, Mr. Podcast, man. Hell no, he ain't get on there. He better not get on there. He ain't stupid. But that's again when we talking about the comment section and sitting here, baby, to deal with it. I wouldn't be mad at him if he took a week off. Even if he took 2 weeks off, I wouldn't be mad at him. He young as hell, Marcus.
Playoffs.
You ain't in the playoffs. You ain't gotta keep
but
talking.
You need to address that. You was Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah, I got that boots.
You was Big
Bad Wolf. They put
Wolf.
up 48 points on them. 48.
And it was on your defense.
For sure.
You gotta address the podium, brother.
And you got to think about it wasn't just a throwing. Like, and of course, when we talking about just y'all know I like to just talk about the gambling thing too. And it was so crazy because I just did a straight money line with the Packers because and the crazy thing is like they even and I like what FanDuel did. So like during the Packers and before the Packers and the Packers and the Cowboys game came on, they asked you like, hey, what's your predictions for the game? So they gonna line you up a parlay to however you feel like the game is gonna be. So if you say, oh, the game it's gonna be a good game, I put a good game. Then they said, what you think the score is gonna be a blowout or it's gonna be close? I said close. So then they give you parlays to fit with the prediction that you picked the game. But I still was like, I'm picking them to win, but I didn't pick them. I didn't think Jordan Love was gonna come out there and go crazy like that. Because I'm like, I still had some respect for the Cowboys. I didn't think like they gave me Jones where it was like, 250 yards and 4 touchdowns. And I'm glad I still didn't take that because he only had 3 touchdowns because Aaron Jones went crazy on him. And that's the thing with Michael Parsons. You play linebacker. That running back had a career game against y'all in the playoffs. He went crazy on y'all. So this ain't just passing. The running back ran for 3 touchdowns. So like I said, the Packers outshowed them. And then real quick, going back to the Browns, I know only person more happier than the Houston Texans actual fans was Deshaun Watson because all this again when we talk about sports analysts, first thing they were saying, shit, if Flocka could take them to 2 rounds of the playoffs, is Deshaun Watson guaranteed his job to come back after the way Flocka wet the bed? Yeah, Deshaun Watson can walk right back on there and be the star quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. You ain't got to worry about it.
But is he though?
But you got to think about, they didn't have no losing record when he got injured. They had a winning record. His last game he played was against the Ravens, and he balled out. He had like 325 yards, and it came back with a winning victory. He got injured that game. That was his last game against the Ravens. So he didn't have a bad game. Like they still had a winning record when he went down.
I think it was still early too, because we all had that.
No, yeah, or everybody in that division only had at that time like 3 losses. But it's still though. But my whole point of it is how can I lose my job the last game I played and we won?
No, I mean,
and I balled out the last game we played. The last game Flacco just played, he just literally wet the bed.
Because Deshaun really hasn't shown Deshaun. I mean, not saying Deshaun worth game. He ain't showed that money worth.
I mean, I guess it depends because it depends on what you judging the money off of. Because how do we determine what
he was the first one that had guaranteed money?
Of course. I get that, but still, my whole point is you can't see though. Only reason why I'm saying is he wasn't worth the money. If you could sit here and say they had a losing record, if they had a losing record before he got hurt, then cool, I get it. But you can't sit here and say my last game, I think he threw for like 325 yards before I got hurt. Like, what's worth the money? What I'm supposed to come out and put up these LSU college football numbers? Hell no, niggas are professionals, and that's the difference. I even heard Ocho Cinco talk about that. He was just like, dog, it's so crazy how when you a kid. Snow games, you get geeking if it's a snow day and y'all can go outside and play football. But then when you become a professional athlete, and we can tie that into the Chiefs and the Dolphins game, like it's a difference because you know why? Because it's a difference when you're in your neighborhood. You may be the best player, or maybe a few of y'all who are actually good, but it's everybody else just out there just having fun. They ain't as good, so that y'all ain't hitting each other as hard. That dog, I have never seen somebody helmet. When you sent that John to the group chat, I'm like, dog, I've never seen somebody helmet crack in a football game. So people don't know what we talking about. Dog, Patrick Mahomes pulled that. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes. Sometimes, of course, y'all know we all joke on here about how he talk on the podium. He sound like a white man. But trust and believe, when that playoff on the line, he gonna pull them legs down. He gonna show you that his dad is 100% smoking on that Joe Burrow pack. He showed you he's a nigga. He pulled that ball down and ran for a huge one and put it and kind of like almost put the nail in the coffin early in that game. But then that run, like I said, he went head up with one of the Dolphins players and literally his helmet cracked. A piece of his helmet literally came off on the field. I was like, what the hell?
That's how cold.
But that's how cold it was. And that's why, again, me and you was having a conversation off mic. And then I was just like, how important really is home field advantage when you are some of these teams where the weather is just horrible? Like even for Buffalo had to
but it still can play to you. Like I said, it played to Kansas City advantage for them playing in cold weather. Imagine if you was playing somewhere hot. Miami might have had one of them games.
Oh no, for sure. For that example, you're absolutely right. For a team like the Dolphins, and that just goes back to where
that's because just to say, well, home field advantage is like just imagine if you played in a dome. So there's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, it's an equal playing field.
Yeah, but if I'm a player, I would kind of rather have that.
No, but that's an equal playing field though. Because there's no noise. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like the atmosphere.
So okay, but my question then, I guess I hear what you're saying, but then my question would be, You can't say that because the noise still be noise. Because Detroit just
okay, but we perfect example. You look at Kansas City Arrowhead, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've been struggling or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That weather and all that played in their favor.
Oh, for sure.
Dallas was undefeated at home.
Mm-hmm.
That did not play in their favor this past weekend.
For sure.
Them having home field. Them having home field.
No, I get what you're saying, but my point of it is, if you was the Packers, the way your team is structured, I don't necessarily. Well, they got a strong running game, but I don't necessarily know if I want to play in that cold weather because every team, even for the Chiefs, they play better in their favor because they have a better running game than the Dolphins. But if they had to play another team, like or they play the Bills this weekend, I don't necessarily know that Arrowhead weather plays in fact because the Bills is a running team, and Josh Allen even showed it again today. That run that he did when he literally like he wanted to stop and he sped it back up, I was like, oh, this big white nigga can move, and that's why I do like Josh Allen because I like a running quarterback. Period. I don't care if you black or white. If you can pull that ball down and you can really go crazy and you dip your shoulders into people, I like that Josh Allen. I like him when he do that because when he pulled that jump down and literally looked like he slowed down and wanted to stop, and he was just like, oh no, I got open space, pew, and got out of there. Shout out to Josh Allen. He showed up when he was supposed to. A lot of and it's not, to me, realistically, if you are a honest Steelers fan, I'm sure y'all wasn't looking to go into this game and realistically think you was going to win anyway, but it was just a good look for Mike Tomlin where it was like people was kind of questioning his job a little bit.
Who was questioning his job?
A few people when they was kind of struggling for a minute before
he walked out on the podium. Then
he just walked out on him.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked about his contract.
Yeah, see, that's my point.
But why are we talking about that?
Oh, that's what they do.
You got to talk to them. You got to talk to the owners and the man. You can't. That's why I hate sometimes when these media when they ask those questions. Why are you asking me? I'm not the boss.
Because you want that reaction with what you just said. Well, exactly what he just got. Him walking off.
But why? But my thing is just like even with other teams, like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk to the coach. But why would I leave a winning organization where I've been winning to go to rebuild or try a new system?
So, for sure. I mean, some people will, some people won't. I mean, of course, Bill Belichick just got fired, and again, when the Cowboys was getting smoked, the memes was flying up. Oh, Bill Belichick gonna come out during the halftime to coach the Cowboys or whatever the case may be. And it's crazy because, of course, Jimmy Johnson. He he used to be the Cowboys quarterback. Coach, and he was the coach for those 3 Super Bowls in the 90s, and he's on Fox doing the halftime and the pregame or whatever the case may be. And they was just like, well, Jimmy, what would you say to the team if you was down at the half? Oh, the speech went crazy. He went crazy. I'm in the gym listening to him. He got me hype. I'm like, oh, he going crazy right now. But my whole thing of it is, and everybody cites it up because he did go crazy. I ain't gonna lie, he knocked that smack out the park. Like he had been thinking about that the whole time when he watching it because he knocked that literally out the park. But it's just my whole thing of it is just I don't even know what the point I was about to prove with that one. But he did an amazing job when he gave that little speech. But again, like I said, the Cowboys, sometimes we all would debate if the spotlight is too big or too bright when you play with LeBron on any team. But that Cowboys spotlight is a little bit different, dog. I ain't going to hold you. Like, them memes just go so... I can't even imagine being Dak Prescott today.
Can I ask you a question? Can you imagine being one of those, I know you've seen the memes, like, with the fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you was out somewhere you ain't, what I'm saying? Like you went to the game, but let's say you went with your home, your home.
Oh, would you become a meme?
You become a meme.
Oh, you're gonna be sick as hell.
How you gonna explain it?
If you become one of those memes and you was cheating on your significant other with somebody, I don't know. You'll be an idiot if you sit that close.
Nah, they don't have nothing to do with sitting close. A lot of them don't be that close.
But then I guess the crazy thing is, I wonder, do that be that real special? Or you think they kind of know, like, let me put an extra sauce on it because the camera may pick me up, especially at Cowboys games?
See, I don't know, cause I guess basketball, I feel like, cause like when they do the kiss and cam and all that. Basketball, I don't know football. I don't know if football do it like that, cause they really don't show up on a jumbotron. You know what I'm saying? That's more of somebody. And that's on TV.
No, yeah, that's on TV. But that's why I was just wondering. Like, it was a white lady at the game yesterday, and I was wondering, like, damn, did she put the extra sauce on her face because she knew that she was gonna become like? Did she know I'm at a Cowboys game? If I put the extra sauce on my face, they're gonna let that John load up.
Like, share, and subscribe.
The fact that he can reach a
damn, he ain't got got nobody to throw to. Man.
Who?
They just said Julio Jones out for the rest of the game.
Vontae Smith still in there?
Oh, he is playing?
Yeah.
Oh,
what's the name?
I know AJ Brown was.
Yeah, he the only one in there. But. And you know what's so crazy? I was surprised that they're gambling. They like the money line ain't changed or nothing when they said AJ Brown was out. I'm thinking like that the Buccaneers was become the favorite.
He ain't been doing what he supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but I still would have thought at least they would have been.
Yeah, because he's been stinging it up the last couple of games.
You ready? I guess, yeah, before we move on, so I guess what is the playoff picture right now? So the Texans is moving on, the Chiefs are moving on, the Ravens. So the Ravens and the Texans will play Buffalo. Buffalo and the Chiefs gonna play. That's gonna be
Buffalo.
That's gonna be at Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because Buffalo had won the division.
The Chiefs won their division. They did.
Remember they lost.
No, boy, they won their division.
Right, but they lost the
They probably lost to Buffalo, so they probably have the Bills got the tiebreaker, but they both won their division. The Chiefs won their division. You got them, the only teams in their division is the Chargers and the Broncos. Both of them,
right? But that's what I'm saying. But the higher seed. Buffalo
the Bills was the high seed, yeah, for sure. They were second. Yeah, they the second seed. So I mean, that one was gonna be crazy. That's gonna be a game right there, and that's probably realistically. I know they could figure out a way how to promote the Texans and the Ravens game, but I do think promotional wise, the build up, the legacy, the hype, the last time them two did Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes is a bigger sale, a bigger draw than realistically Lamar versus CJ.
It could be both. It could be, CJ versus Lamar.
No, I get that, but that
the newcomer versus
I'm get what you're saying, but I'm just saying that rivalry is kind of already built. You got them, but the last time they played in the playoffs, it was a shootout. It would have went into overtime. Like that last time them two played each other, it was a high scoring game that went into overtime. So like I said, we're gonna definitely see how that one go out. And then on right now, while we recording, the Buccaneers is up on the Eagles 16-9. Yeah. The Eagles is, I don't even know what to tell y'all, dog. We kind of talked about it last week, and I said I feel like they wet the bed.
Yeah, somebody go check on Gilly.
He be going crazy. Excuse me. Shout out to Gilly. They did. I watched their jump today that they did on Pat Beverly. Pat Beverly is one of my favorite sports podcasters. And I do like the way that Philly as a city has embraced him. Like even at the games, they be just like, bro, they be showing him love like they show him love like Embiid. Like kids be coming up to him crying. Like, can you sound like
I feel like Pat Beverly is that type of person. I don't care where he go.
The people just gonna show him love.
I think he's just that type that that's the person you
want on your team for sure, for sure. But again, and of course that's why realistically I can't even keep kind of referring to like the ESPNs or the Fox Sports. That's why so many sports shows are getting big on YouTube, because you do get to you can get better takes or just unnecessarily unbiased and more personality. But with Patrick Beverly, though, I'm just saying, like, even just to watch how like these kids in Philly are embracing him. Like the little boy had an airbrush like with his logo on it and all that. Like, hey, can you sign my, like, he made a hoodie for Pat Bev, and he was like, man, I'm gonna wear this to the next game. So like that to me was just tight. I like how the way the Philly fans.
Dude, I mean, the one young, he had all of his jerseys.
Yeah, he had all his jerseys, and he signed every last one of them. Even that's my point. Even the co-host he got, like the kids be having the Pat Bev jersey and get the co-host be at the Sixers game and be getting him to autograph the jersey too. So that's tight. So like I said, shout out to Patrick Beverly. Yeah, I think that was it. So yeah, we talked about the Cowboys, the Pat, and the Lions. I mean, no disrespect to the Detroit and the Rams game, but that probably was the game that got the least amount of coverage, and they had the most celebrities at their game, but just like people kind of just not invested in, and that was the closest game of the entire weekend. The Rams versus the Lions. The Lions did win. What was that? What was the final score? What is it? 23-24?
23-24.
Oh yeah, 23-24. It was a close game. It came down to the wire. And of course, for people who don't know, those two quarterbacks basically just swapped teams. The Detroit Lions quarterback used to be the Rams quarterback, and the Rams quarterback used to be the Detroit Lions quarterback. And of course, he got traded to the Rams, and then they won a Super Bowl. So
and shout outs to the Detroit Lions, the organization. I think it was who they called in the elevator, the GM. I think it was the GM. They called him in the elevator, celebrating, because I think when he was waiting for the job hiring or whatever the case, he was working at Enterprise.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Like back whenever he was waiting, to hear back, and he was working at Enterprise at that time. And then shout outs to the 66-year-old. I mean, not 66. He been 86? A ticket holder.
Oh, ticket holder for 66 years.
For 66 years to the Detroit Lions. That's some loyal fucking shit right there.
Yeah, and it's just you got some bread because you gotta have some money.
Well, I don't even think I wouldn't even say you had bread, because just think about it. You probably got them seats dirt cheap then. And so you know, but
the crazy thing is though, some teams do petty trifling. Well, the 49ers did it because I remember a dude was telling me, and he originally from San Francisco, and when they moved the team to the Bay, like that up price that they did on the season tickets was something ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. To even hold your tickets, you had to pay like a couple $1,000. Yeah, I mean, something crazy.
A lot of them are like that. But for him to be a Detroit Lions fan that long, and they've been bad.
Oh yeah, for sure. For a long time, for sure. I want to say, what was this? I think I forgot how long they said that drought was. It was something crazy.
Years.
Yeah, something crazy. It was a drought.
Yeah, I want to.
No, to make it out of the first round though. They've been in the playoffs, because I think we messed up that up and said that they haven't been to the playoffs.
Barry Sanders did once.
Yeah, he did. No, and not even just him. The Metro. I said Metro. What's the boy in the Megatron? He made the playoffs. He made the playoffs. They lost to the Cowboys. Where it was the catch. It was like I forgot what type of catch. I forgot what happened. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a catch. It was something like with the catch, and then they end up losing that game. So yeah, like I said, shout out to all the teams. If your team is moved on in the playoffs next week, the games, of course, will probably realistically be more closer because the teams will be better matched up. So I mean, we're gonna see what happens. Real quick, I guess while we can talk about basketball for like 2 seconds, and then we can get back into some regular stuff. Shout out to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has been balling out his goddamn mind. We haven't talked about Kyrie in a minute because Kyrie, of course, had a few injuries, and it's been quiet. He's been in Dallas. He's been on his best behavior. He ain't been on social media. He ain't been talking. But today on MLK, he dropped what he had 40. I want to say, I think he had 44 points, and Tim Hardaway Jr. had 41.
He had to come out.
Yeah, like for 86 points. So yeah, Kyrie had so. And this is Tim. And the crazy thing is, because like I said, just on Twitter, is this dude I follow, and he was doing live bets, and he ended up picking like for Tim Hardaway Jr. to have like 30 the other night, and he did when Kyrie had like 40 again. So I think this is Kyrie like back-to-back 40-something point games. So Kyrie definitely in his bag, and Luka ain't been playing. So that's a good look for Kyrie, because Kyrie has definitely been quiet, and sometimes you can be too quiet, out of sight, out of mind, where people kind of don't have you in those conversations and even talking about you. Where like, oh, top 5 point guards. Like, when the last time you actually probably even heard somebody say, oh, what's the top 5? You know what I'm saying? Kyrie's still top 5 point guard in the league. You haven't probably heard that conversation all season long, if we're being honest. And then shout out to Dame Leonard for finally showing up in Milwaukee, having him a Dame time moment in a overtime.
I think that wasn't his first.
No, I ain't saying that's his first good game, but I'm talking about the Dame time.
I think he hit a game with him before too.
You might be right. Maybe early in the season.
Yeah, I want to say.
But it's been a minute. And don't get it twisted. The Bucks be having their moments where they kind of struggle. And don't get it twisted. They did smoke the boots out of the Boston Celtics the other night. They blew the Boston out the gym. Like, the score was like, at halftime was like 77-30 something. Like, it was crazy. And the Boston Celtics didn't even play their starters the whole entire second half. And if I was a fan, I would have been pissed. But
and give a shout out to the Miami Heat organization again.
Ooh. Which one? For which one?
We talked about it last week.
No, the hell we didn't.
We didn't talk about sources?
No, we didn't. I made a video about it, but we didn't talk about it. So yeah, give him 2 shout outs. Go ahead. That's your team.
Shout outs to the team for looking out for Eric Spoelstra. He just signed his new contract, 120 something million for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
The highest paid
head coach in the NBA.
Head coach, well deserved. And they gave it on top of him. They gave it to him in right timing after he just filed through his divorce with his wife, his ex-wife.
And of course, but again, just going back into what we were saying about social media in the comment section, of course, soon as it's going viral, people talking about it, and then people was adding her saying, "Oh, you fumbled the bag." She had time though. She literally said that but what I'm saying is, you saying of course, but then I think sometimes we always talk about it on here where sometimes people act like people are above the comment section, and they not. Because she was like, "How?" She's like, "Don't matter what I would have did, y'all would have sit here and said something about me."
But here's my thing for her. It's a come up.
Of course, she was a cheerleader. I mean, yeah, she was a cheerleader.
Like, who would think that you've been married, you got kids with this man, like your life changed.
No, for sure.
And I'm pretty sure you probably didn't even want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a come up. So you can't be mad.
Yeah, no, you can. Hell no, you can't.
You lived a well good life.
No, but just I mean realistically, no. But let's be clear. You still gonna get alimony. Just if of course the alimony would have been.
I just had a newborn.
Yeah, so you got kids and everything, but that of course all of that payout would have been different. I'm sure they already settled on all the numbers and all the prices and whatever you're gonna get. But if realistic, so they waited to like, and that's why people. That's why I was just like, the heat culture. Yeah, heat culture is a real thing. I respect Pat Riley right there. That made me be like, okay, heat culture is a real thing. Like, I don't know what it means no other way, but that right there was gangster. That was real P. And then I guess
the second shout out is to D-Wade's about to officially get his statue the fall of 2024.
Yeah, that's fine. Shout outs. I mean, that's to me. I can't even say that's well deserved. I don't even think there's no other way you could have. Ain't nobody else you could have put it in front of there.
No, that's well earned.
Only other person I think could have and probably deserve one is Alonzo Mourning. So yeah, think about it.
I don't think so.
If you judging off of rings, but it was no heat. Like you got to think what he put.
No, I feel like right now. It's going to start a wave. You can put his now. Now you can give everybody else. I don't think nobody else could have went before D-Wade.
No, of course not. Hell no.
So now everybody else can get theirs, like how it is in LA.
But I don't necessarily know if only other person I feel like can get one is Alonzo Mourning. I'm not giving LeBron one. Hell no.
Oh yeah, I'm giving LeBron one.
You said you will?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would.
I'm giving all of them. I will. And like I said, I started off D-Wade. Now everybody else follows suit. I think. After that, you got to throw Zoe, you got to throw UD. You got
see that, but now you told me.
No, but I'm saying, but my thing is, I wouldn't throw UD for, like I said, a statue, but something that stands for UD. I mean, yes, we do have heat culture. Like I said, you wouldn't have heat culture without UD.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, but the heat wouldn't even be the heat if it wasn't for Alonzo Mourning setting the tone early in them beasts with New York.
Right, but I feel like even his career is more. I think his career is more important in the front office than it was then. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you gotta go back and Google though. You gotta do some of your homework on that old Heat New York rivalry.
I hear what you're saying, but like, okay, he was there for the first championship with D-Wade.
Yeah, of course.
But I feel like that was more so like his late prime. He wasn't in his prime no more.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not even counting that. I'm counting what he did before D-Wade even got there. I'm counting when they had them battles with the Knicks, when the Knicks was actually had a good team, dog.
Nah, I don't think that got him in there. I don't think that would have gotten me. I don't think that would have gotten me.
I mean, I don't know. I can't see.
I don't even think he's in the Hall of Fame, is he? I don't
know though. That the NBA, I can't say NBA because it ain't even called the NBA Hall of Fame. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame, so that get tricky. So I don't necessarily know who be in there. Like it be certain players who ain't won nothing or done nothing, and they be like the reason why they in there is because of their overseas contributor, like Yao Ming in there. Like what the hell Yao Ming do besides be tall and Chinese?
Right, and he's changed a lot.
What? He just changed. Yeah, he helped out sell more tickets. He helped bring more eyes to the NBA, but we talking about actual stat wise. He ain't in the top 20 of nothing. He ain't even in the top 30 of nothing. No. But he in the NBA Hall of Fame. I mean, Basketball Hall of Fame. So I mean, yeah, it's a little bit different. But anyway, we can get off of sports right now. Like I said, shout outs to Kyrie, shout outs to Dame, and shout out. Matter of fact, and just real quick, shout outs to D'Lo because D'Lo do get dog. He catch so much hell because Darvin Ham is just a horrible coach. And I do. That's again. I love Twitter because every night it'd be the Lakers losing, and $5 be trending just as like ridiculously trending. But D'Lo had in a losing game against the Jazz because LeBron didn't play. D'Lo had 39, and I tell y'all that all the time. I do think D'Lo is the third best player on the Lakers, and of course, I mean the conversation we have, he's just not consistent. But still, just a point of no people that Darvin Ham has put in the starting position over D'Lo. No, they ain't giving you 39. They ain't giving you 39 combined. Cam Reddish and Vanderbilt and Prince, none of them, all three of them niggas combined will never give you 39 points. So for D'Lo, a game that LeBron sat out and kept them in that game and was balling the whole game, and AD didn't have a great night. He had a triple-double, but it was a light one. It was like one of them Jason Kidd 15, 15, and 11 situations. So like I said, I mean, shout outs to D'Lo. But moving on, it's a video going viral of Drake right now with a young 11-year-old rapper. And he'd been in the club a few times in the last couple of weeks, because the first time I seen him, it was a video with Lil Baby, and I kind of just scrolled past it. And the reason why I'm even talking about it now is because Twitter, and this is what I hate, where it's like, that hate for Drake, or even when y'all talking about like race stuff, like people just, that shit is corny. Like I'm not, like I talk about it where it's actual stuff that we need to be fighting for, like the way people talk about us when it comes to like sports. But y'all be trying to throw Drake in the mix like he's some type of culture vulture or whatever the case may be. So like I said, it's a video of him and this 11-year-old rapper. The little boy name is what is it, FnG King or something like that. He's an 11-year-old rapper, and he being, I guess, in the clubs in Atlanta, and it was a video floating around of him and Drake. So people tweeting out, oh, but I bet you Drake wouldn't have let his son hang with this little boy. You appropriating a black young boy, something you wouldn't allow your kid to do, dog. And don't get it twisted. It was a lot of people in the comment section saying, yeah, but that's not his kid. Where's his parents at? Why? Who owned the club? Where's his parents at? Why he in it? Why y'all getting mad at Drake just being in the video showing the little boy some love? Like you would want, if you seen Drake in the club, you would want him to show you that type of love. So I get it. I understand what people saying. It's like, yeah, Drake would never have, but yeah, that's because guess what? Drake is a better parent. That don't mean nothing. I'm not parenting somebody else because this little boy in the club, I'm supposed to just ignore him. Imagine how that little boy would be hurt if he seen Drake in the club and Drake just egged him because
imagine how much y'all would drag him if he sit here and say, hey, get this little kid out of here. Y'all would drag him for that.
I get it, but that's my point. But people was making a big deal about it, like
because they would be like, "Oh, well, no, he was just a little inspired rapper. He just want to be like you. You ain't had to put him out the club."
And that's what people say. I seen a girl tweet that she was just like, "No, I never bet not get caught for no." And y'all sitting here asking me for my ID when I come. Y'all got an 11-year-old in a club. But then people was just like,
I thought he was somebody's son.
I didn't know who he was. I seen him a week ago in the club with Lil Baby. So I didn't necessarily know.
Somebody's son. I thought it was what's the one that you said be having the money finesse.
The finesse 2 times. Yeah.
I thought it was son or somebody like that.
Yeah, I don't know who the little boy is. I never listened to a song. I ain't about to act like I have. But it was just, to me, it was just like, dog, why you like you don't, it don't have nothing to do with being black or white or whatever the case may be. And yes, you're absolutely right. You're not gonna never see Drake take his son to no goddamn club. That ain't, you don't even think that's who Drake is. So why would you do that? But why would you be mad at him for showing the little boy some love? Like that was corny. Like they try to literally make it like, oh, this look at y'all always taking up and like we don't see nothing wrong with this. No, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Tell me where is this little boy's mother and father? It ain't my kid. You want me to be somebody else's parent? Like, come on, make it make sense. Tell me where his parents at, and then we can have a different conversation. And while we talking about parents, and I did see it was a list that was going around from a teacher who said words that cannot be used in their classroom. And some people, I even seen some people talking about, oh, just tell me that you anti-black. I'm like, dog, because don't get it twisted. These are words and slang that people use in the black community. But dog, why are you not supposed to use it in the classroom? The same reason when y'all go to work, y'all code switch. Why y'all don't want y'all kids to code switch when they're in school? You want your kids to be like, oh, Mo, Bob, whatever the case may be. But this is for some, this was like the number one, you can't say bruh. Number 2, standing on business. Number 3, ooh, we or ski. Number 4 was ski eat by itself. Number 5 was you ate that up.
Man, you ain't even got to keep going through this.
No, hold on, real quick. Let me just finish. That's cap. What's up, gang? Bet. Oh my God, what's T? Oh my God by itself. On my mama. On my dad. Riz. What up, G Wade? In the cup with my twin, just vibing, gat, on bruh, on hood, gang, nigga, on me, on the set, freak you mean, period, big dog, motion and big motion, just vibing with my twin, what up twin, and it's given.
Get that ghetto shit out of my fucking class.
But
all that shit is fucking ghetto.
But listen to it. I'm with you, and I agree with what you're saying. But it was people literally on the internet making like, oh, this teacher's anti-black. One, this teacher was a black teacher.
Right. Get that shit out of my
and
class.
all of that
Fuck
ghetto.
call me no bro. What? I'll fucking knock your head off.
No, I'm not.
Shit, I hate that shit, bruh. I'm just saying, man. What? Yeah. Shout outs to that.
Yeah, shout out to that teacher. Shout out for putting some rules down. Because like again, I don't necessarily know why y'all act like y'all don't code switch when you go to work or when it's like time and a place to use some of those words. But I can only imagine. I can't even imagine being a teacher and y'all coming to my classroom talking to like, oh, it's giving all that 8. Like that's crazy though. Like imagine a kid just running out. I don't even know what's going on, but just somebody's to get a right class.
This is our
right.
future that they are teaching. Don't forget that. This is the future.
Just imagine somebody get a right answer and then their classmate, oh yeah, you just 8, girl. You just 8. Like, nah, dog.
I don't know if that's how they say it, but
I don't know. That's how they I don't know. 4 plus, what is it? What is it? 4 plus 4 equal 8. Like, I don't know how they use it because I ain't saying it. But that shit is ridiculous. Like,
bro.
No, there you go, D. What else going on? We talked about. Oh, here we go, Keith Lee.
The Bay Area stop on the Keith Lee and family food tour is officially over prematurely, and we're gonna get straight into it. Let's talk about it. There are a few reasons why, as a family, we decided to end the food tour short. But before I get to that, I truly want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single bit of love. The people of the Bay were absolutely amazing, and I'll never forget the hospitality and the love that y'all showed me. Reason number 1, I truly don't believe the Bay is a place for tourists right now, and that's what I was, a tourist. The people in the Bay are just focused on surviving. That's the business owners, the locals. The amount of tents and living structures and burnt up cars that we saw people living in was shocking to say the least. Before we went, people was comparing it to Gotham City. Now, I might not agree, but I understand where it's coming from. But I can't harp on it enough that the people are amazing. It's just an environment. And as an outsider, I wish the city would step in. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they've been trying. But just from the outside looking in, it don't seem like it was much city interference. Reason number 2, and this is in no particular order. We went to a lot of restaurants. Popular restaurants, not popular restaurants, mom and pop shops. And this is the first city where I have over 6 videos that I don't feel comfortable with posting because nothing about my experience was constructive and nothing that I said was constructive. I've always been big on honesty. I've always been big on transparency, but I've never been big on completely tearing down anybody. And I feel like those 6 videos only doing that. And I've always said, I'm absolutely blessed to do this, but it does take a lot of money. It does take a lot of resources to do. At the moment, everything comes out of pocket. So when we had that many restaurants that we couldn't do anything with, that was just another deciding factor. Number 3, and probably the most important, I had to go to the hospital because I had an allergic reaction to one of the meals I had. This restaurant in particular cooked a plethora of meats, including shellfish. My family specifically asked if they cooked it on the same grill. They said yes, but they would clean it. The second I ate it, I blew up like a balloon. I had to get some steroids and some allergy medicine and it cleared right up. But it was a health concern nonetheless, and that was another reason why we decided to go home. I also think the Bay wasn't the target audience for what it is that we do. 90% of restaurants that the locals said had great food was already booming. And the people from the Bay are a loyal community. So if your food is good, the line gonna be out the door already. And then again, we went to some of those restaurants and I wasn't a huge fan. And even if I did like all of the food at the busy spots, there's never been my MO to just go to busy spots. So those are the reasons why we decided to cut it short. But nonetheless, some amazing things did happen while we were there. Chef Green's was one of the restaurants that I went to, and he had a news segment the day after we left. God is amazing. Mama T's also joined that category with a news segment the day after we left. God is amazing. And one of the places that we went that I didn't get a chance to post was the highlight of our trip. The name of it was Luxurious Cuisines. Customer service is absolutely amazing. And the food wasn't too far off of that. We went in as a family and we left for a $2,000 tip. So the trip itself wasn't all in vain. And again, I appreciate every single person that I met. I want to stress, it is not normal for us to go to restaurants, not like it, and not post it. Any other time we ran into the situation, I've always had some kind of constructiveness to say. This was just different. And again, I'm always going to be transparent. I'm always going to be honest. Thank you again to everybody in the Bay Area. We'll be headed to the next spot soon. God bless you.
Shout out to him, and that was kind of rough, and I appreciate it because of course people did. I mean, he had his little back and forth with Ocho Cinco before, where Ocho Cinco was kind of like being hard on him about like not tearing down black businesses. So I do respect him saying like some of these joints that I went to was just horrible experiences, and I wouldn't feel comfortable as the platform I built to even tear down some of these businesses. And he probably looking at it like, these businesses can't even afford to be tore down. Like, of course, like with Candy's situation, it was cool for him to call Candy out. One, because Candy's still on TV. Candy is rich. That, what I'm saying? The restaurant, don't get it twisted, is a good business for her. But she wouldn't be homeless or, have to file bankruptcy if one of her restaurants took a hit for a week or a month or whatever the case may be off of his criticism. So I appreciate him for even having that honesty. And then one thing I heard even when he was saying like him blowing up eating food. I'm glad I just don't have no food allergies, because that would be crazy. Like that would probably be scary as hell. Imagine if he was on a date with somebody and then they just had like a food allergy breakout. Like that would scare the hell out of me.
Especially if you don't know it.
Like if you don't know it, like if you just wasn't playing, like if you didn't like plan for that, or you didn't just necessarily know like that. I don't. Some things I be thinking like, though, it be small things.
But if you don't really know or pay attention to it. This is even like with Matt. He ain't know he was allergic to the celery. Like when we used to be at the bar all the time, when he eating the wings, he didn't never know. But he always, his shit started scratching. He never knew what it was.
Oh.
So you realize, oh damn, that's what it was triggering it.
Damn, I ain't know that.
Because everybody's don't have the same reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got different reactions to different things. So it might not, I know a lot of people think what happened in Hitch, how his face is swell. Like everybody is different.
Yeah, different.
So you don't know,
of course. Because some people, it's a lot of people out here who is allergic to seafood, but they be getting, because of course, especially for the DMV area, because seafood is such a huge thing. Some people are just be like, I'm gonna eat it. I'm just gonna have the Benadryl, right? But that's somebody, like you said, they understand how bad it can get for them, so they understand how to even control it, because they know all I gotta do is just take this Benadryl.
You can outgrow.
Yeah, and some of them you can't outgrow for sure. Just even like asthma. Like I was a kid, I had asthma. I haven't seen an inhaler in like a million years. So yeah, I do. But shout outs to him for being that transparent. I do like that one. Oh yeah,
because that shit about that shell shit, like how you cook it, that shit definitely can trigger your shit.
Real quick, before I do want to get into this situation where what's this girl? Her name is Stunna girl. I finally went to her page because I've been seeing her like on the blog pages or whatever case may be. And I never really took time to look at her. I think Top sent me a joint of her doing. I forgot. She fat as all outdoors. Let's be clear. She fat. I don't necessarily know. She fat as all outdoors, but she got a natural body. Like you can still see, like she kind of like got lunch lady arms a little bit, like her chin a little bit on the heavy side. But she look good. She's a pretty girl. She's thick as all outdoors. But she got a song, and I think it was a joint with her and YG, and she sampled Ciara's "My Goodies." And I guess they played around with it or something, and then she learned the hard way. And again, I tell y'all that's about on YouTube why I don't play the music, because those copyright claims is a real deal. That's why even when that dude when we played that, what was that, a couple months ago, when they talked about the Drake situation, because I was like, damn, how he played this whole Tiger song on YouTube? That was crazy, but he did it on purpose. Like when that dude broke it down, when you sent that clip, it made sense, because yeah, you sit here and don't got the rights to play some of that music, boy, they taking that music right on down. So
and all I gotta do is take some. A lot of people might overlook it and might not think about it, but you got to think about it. Ciara don't really, you know what I'm saying? She put out music, but she don't put out that much.
Oh, hell no. And those are her classics. You're not about to play around with my classics.
And hubby got her all her what's name. So again, like, nigga, we want all our coins.
Yeah, for sure. But even just, let's just hold on. Because I did go listen to the song, because when I'd seen the video, I'm like, okay, she's fat. Let me see if she got something. I went through a couple of her songs. Bro, she is pure dog doodle. So guess what Ciara's definitely going to do? She's definitely going to take, you're not putting this bullshit out on me. Like, nigga, take this shit down. What are you talking about? This music is trash. No, you're absolutely right. If the song actually crank, guess what Ciara wouldn't have did? She would have waited for it to blow up, and then she would have hit you with a copyright infringement, Joe, and would have got paid off it. But guess what?
That would have jumped on the remix.
Maybe, but the song was horrible. The song was horrible. It didn't stand no chance to have legs. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna nip it in the bud early.
Yeah.
And you got to think about, and then one thing you have to pay attention to, if you don't, no, Ciara her and Russell Wilson pay a very much attention to the image that they portray on social media. And of course, I mean, that was even one of the pushbacks that Sean Payton even had with Russell Wilson over the season. He was telling him to stop acting like he was running for president, keep kissing the babies or whatever. He too worried about his image. That was one of the beefs that his coach had with him. But you have to understand, like, so you're not about to sit here and do a sample Ciara song and be on there talking about prostituting and all of this, that, and the third. She's not going for that.
That's my thing right there. It's just like, you got to think about, some people still have an image.
For sure.
And you can't just say, hey, I want to do this, and I'm gonna just say whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing is, when she tried to sit here, and just like two things with what you just said. One, Ciara don't put out a lot of music. She's like, well, white artists do this, that, and the third, and nobody do it. One, some of these people not on social media. Ciara is somebody who plays social media heavy. And then two, like you said, she don't put out a lot of music. So I'm sure it's easier for her to pick up if somebody's sampling her stuff or redoing whatever the case may be. Like, no, nigga, take it down. We're not doing, like, don't think about it. Fabulous been doing all these freestyles, these Freestyle Fridays. Guess what? You can't find them. You cannot find them up on his Apple Music or nothing, because you know why? It's different. You gonna have to clear it,
right?
And people not going to see
they on his YouTube page.
Yeah, they on his YouTube page, but they not. But you can freestyle on YouTube, of course. But you can't sit here. But you can't put it on Apple Music. I don't know what's the difference between the two. But I just know for a fact you just can't.
You're not crediting them either.
I don't know how it worked, but I just know for a fact you can't do it. So that's why they only putting them up on YouTube. But that, like I said, that song was trash. That girl, she's a pretty looking girl. You can do the Instagram model thing, but the music thing is pure doo-doo. She's trash. I guess she got like some little Instagram type of legs on a song with her and JT, but I promise you, I went through them songs, listened to them, and y'all know I listened to a bunch of female rappers, and that girl was trash. Only thing I got out of it, hey, she look good, she fat, cool, but that song was doo-doo. I'm not mad at Ciara for sitting here saying, no, take my down. No, I'm cool. It's not gonna happen.
Not
Sorry.
your goodies.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Sorry, buddy. find somebody else to play with. Let that load up. Whoop. He was lost. 20. It's not over. This is cool. 25. No, the jump. I was on this page and it should just disappear. What was that?
He do a lot of stuff.
Have you seen, we talked about LeBron James. Have you seen him promote and advertise going around to his teammates and doing the wiping of the nose and saying slime? Have you seen that?
Program number 1.
Yeah, I sustain the objection. Have you seen LeBron James do a video, put out a video, wiping nose saying slime to his teammates?
I seen LeBron James, he got a different handshake for each player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Describe.
Non-responsive.
I'll sustain the objection. Describe what you remember seeing LeBron James doing when you say he has a different handshake for each player.
An objection to relevance.
It'll be relevant in a minute. What do you remember LeBron James doing with each individual teammate that you described? And tell the jury.
He do a lot of stuff.
Did one of them include wiping nose saying slime? If you remember, if you don't remember, it's okay, Mr. Stevens.
You got the one with Serena.
LeBron may have did it.
Yeah, it is one with Serena. He asked the same question. So
about her
crip walking. So I guess realistically, because it was a longer, I couldn't find a longer clip, but it was basically in that clip. I guess he was what the judge was. I mean, the prosecutor was trying to explain how it seemed like he was kind of trying to help him out, saying like it don't necessarily because you see certain people doing gang affiliation stuff don't mean they gang affiliated. So I'm assuming that's what they were trying to say. That's what it sounded like to me. Like they were trying to show that like those handshakes and dances or whatever became so popular that realistically don't mean I'm a part of it. Because LeBron James, I'm sure, don't know this boy from Adam and Eve. Ain't never even seen him a day in his life. And okay, you got, like he said, he got handshakes for every player. He didn't had it since Miami, but especially in Cleveland. Like it became a thing. Like people was like, everybody was even just like, damn, how do he even remember all these personal handshakes he got for every player? So it was just like, I get it, but it was just crazy. Like I said, from that, we even talked about it last week, that turnaround from just how that court started to play out from the week before to last week was just kind of crazy. And then even in the courtroom, they played lifestyle.
But my question for somebody like LeBron, and I'm a high power, high profile athlete, whatever the case may be, and I got a lot of money. Could I even insert myself like definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you using me this?
For sure. And that's why the prosecutor, that's why even the judge and everybody was saying, they were trying to call, what's the word that they be using when they saying objection? It was like objection, y'all. Like, what do this guy? Why are you bringing LeBron? Because I do feel like using LeBron name in that situation, it could literally almost make it like with people, it's going to even have the jury looking at it like, how you bringing LeBron into this? Like, it feel like you reaching almost now, like
especially him and Serena. Like, oh,
yeah, it crazy. It make it seem like you reaching for anything now. Like you literally reaching for the stars. You using two black mega iconic athletes for
my name attached to a Rico case.
Yeah, a Rico. Yeah, it's crazy. So it do like, I don't necessarily know how that one was going to play out, but I do think that raised a huge eyebrow and a red flag for most people looking on it. Like I said, also in that same day or 2 days apart from each other, they was in the courtroom playing Lifestyle, and it was one of the attorneys was on his court on the laptop looking up like unreleased Young Thug songs and listening to the lyrics and stuff. Like they gonna try to find any way to.
I started performing. This is what I do, Your Honor. You listen to this. You know you want to bob your head.
No, time no. It's so funny. It's crazy that you said that, because when they was playing Lifestyle, I'm sure everybody listening was like, dog, this used to be a OD hit. So for you to sit here and just like not bob your head, nobody. One of the dudes in the courtroom just put his head in his lap, like, no, my God. Like, but the words wasn't even too crazy in it, because I don't think Young Thug at that time, Young Thug wasn't even clear enough with his lyrics, and he was kind of like just making noises, so you really can't even hear nothing he really saying. But that song was yeah, like nah. And even I think it was another clip where they was talking about when they was asking him about like Birdman tattoos and Lil Wayne tattoos. Like, oh, so is this the reason why you got face tats? And because of course, I mean, let's be clear, Young Thug has said this a million times. Like his idol growing up was Lil Wayne, And that's when we talk again, when we talk about fan and stan culture earlier, when we talk about the Yo Gotti situation, you kind of can't tell people like how people make them feel when listening to music. Like you can't, like people have their own feelings behind those lyrics when they listen to these songs, and how people make you feel and make you want to imitate them as the best form of possible as you can.
My question is, how long is this going to play out though? Like,
I don't know, dog. It's been a minute. You got to think about, I think Young Thug been in jail for almost 2 years now.
And there's no real like hard evidence that just like, all right, let's wrap it up.
I mean, I think it is, but I don't necessarily. It seems like every time one of the clips come out or something come out,
because that's why I never heard like, okay, well, did you kill? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hear none of that. I just hear like, all right, were you affiliated with this, or you know anything about this?
So it hasn't no real. I don't feel like the conversation hasn't got to any of those real points or any of those real situations. Like if you go on YouTube, like some of those rabbit holes that they were going down with a lot of those stories, you haven't heard none of those brought up in court, and I don't necessarily know.
Yeah, that's
excuse me, and maybe, and don't get me wrong. I mean, of course, we live in a day and age where I think people know what clips will go viral, because of course, attaching LeBron James' name to something, like even just saying that, like Bronny started in his first USC game and he didn't put up, and he had 0 points. And my only thing of it is like, we're only highlighting this is because it's LeBron's son. Like, how many players don't get it twisted? LeBron didn't make it no easy on himself, because the week before he did make a statement saying that Bronny could come and play for the Lakers right now. So saying that statement was kind of like, oh yeah, this is the same person you said could play for the Lakers right now. He in college and can't get 0 points, and he played 25 minutes. So I do understand it, but I just understand where it's like, damn, it's so crazy, because it's just like people, I'd be like, they ain't like, what's off limits for people when it comes to like content? Because I'm just like, maybe just me, because I'm old. I'm still like, bro, this still a kid. Like this still, I get it, this LeBron kid, but it's just like, I mean, you're still an athlete. You still play for college, I guess. So I mean, it shouldn't be. Nobody can't judge you with kid gloves just because you LeBron's son. So people gonna criticize you the same way they gonna criticize Angel Reese. But it's like, it just be weird a little bit to me. I'm not gonna hold you. It be just something like, damn, y'all just be geeking to be on this man back. It don't matter what he say. So I mean, Waka Flocka court again. We talking about relationships and going public. Why? This is how vicious the internet is. Waka Flocka posted a picture of him and his new girlfriend. She looked good, fat as shit. And then, of course, you know, everybody in the comments, oh, who is this? What's her at? So it's not one for a minute, maybe for like 10 minutes. And then here come the shade room. Oh, well, you know, our followers don't let anything go unnoticed. They found her. And then here come, and they tag her whole page. I'm like, dog, that is the stuff that be crazy. And I think people never think about, like, everybody think about you wanting to date somebody famous or the bad. Same conversation we just had earlier, where it's like, until you actually get it. Now, then that makes you be like, damn, is this really worth it? Because it's like, dog, who wants all of this harassment?
Who fan base will make you, nah, I can't do it. Like, I want to stay private. I don't want nobody seeing us together.
Nikki. Bro, that fan base is ridiculous. I want no parts of that. Like, yeah, I would be cool. I wouldn't, yeah, the Bobs is OD. Like, yeah, because I feel like other people, like Rihanna fan base is kind of just like, they cool with it. Like they very supportive of her and ASAP Rocky relationship, whatever the case may be. And the shout outs to ASAP Rocky for trying to reach it to the God. Like, again, y'all talking about this man ain't hip hop. Like, stop. ASAP Rocky thought he was gonna get that. But the crazy thing is, the only conversation I've heard even around that Kid Cudi project was the ASAP Rocky diss Drake. I didn't run and go listen to it, and I'm sure too many other people didn't run and go listen to it either. But I mean, I guess shout out to ASAP Rocky for at least trying to fight back. Just nobody, just like you missed your wave, dog. You not him, and I don't think nobody gonna run to hear you diss Drake. Like, nobody don't care, because we just know you not. You listen to it?
No.
Oh yeah, I'm okay. but and the crazy thing is, because yesterday you asked me, did I listen to 21 Savage album? And I told you, I glanced over it, and that is one of the reasons why. Before I decided, like, I'm gonna listen. Like I told you, I was gonna listen to it when I went to the gym. And that is one of the reasons why I don't like run into critique albums as soon as they come out. I'm like, at least give me the weekend to really kind of judge it, so I can kind of digest it and sit with it and really kind of figure out what I like, what I don't necessarily like. And I am a 21 fan, especially because I add 21 Savage music a lot to my gym playlist. So I did go in there realistically, if I'm being honest, with some type of expectations on certain songs, you know, like really what I wanted to hear from him. So for the first couple of songs that stood out, of course, stood out. Like, I was like, oh, he went crazy. Like that second song, what is that? All on Me. He went OD on that joint. Like, he was going so crazy. Even the production on it, but he was still having, like, to me, this 21 album, the best way I can describe this is it's adult drill music. It's adult. It's like the beats are adult. They're not kiddie. They very like soul samples, but he still talking to drilling and killing, like he like, oh, he a homebody and whatever the case may be. Like I forgot that line, but that line was super crazy. Whatever that little homebody line was and how he was gonna pull up, that line was crazy. Or he go to the club and he get too comfortable and we riding around with the stick, whatever. He has some, of course, like I said, if you listen to that 21 Savage album, I promise you'll be like, oh yeah, Mikey was right. This is really adult drill music. And that sounds crazy, but that's what it is. It's adult drill music. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all know I'm not a huge R&B person, so I was dragging my feet to, by the time I kept going back to, before you asked me what I actually thought about it, I was dragging my feet. I kept going to All of Me, and to be honest, the jump Dangerous with him and Lil Durk. Lil Durk went OD crazy. I'm mad Lil Durk ain't have a second verse. Lil Durk blacked out on that Dangerous. Like I was literally going back and forth to those two songs. I was kind of dragging my feet like that. I was like, cool. I was listening to the album, but it was nothing that really stood out to me outside of the second song and the jump with Lil Durk. And then yesterday when I was in the gym, I actually was just listening to it. Because at first, even that Red Rum, like when he was trying to, like, it sounded like he was repeating the hook a little bit. And I was kind of like, it's cool. It's not all that. But then I'm really listening to what he was saying. And I'm just like, oh no, he kind of going crazy on this song. So then I added that to my gym play. So I'm like, all right, it's cool. I'm still didn't like the song with him and Doja Cat. I was cool on that. I just don't like that pitch on her voice when she do that. Like Doja Cat for me be like hit or miss. I really didn't like the Travis Scott song. But where he got me at, where I was like, oh no, this album is completely fire. And I'm on the bandwagon with everybody saying, oh, this is his best album. I don't even like that. The last 4 songs on there, the last 4, when they get to Brent Fayos, she should have wore a bonnet. Burna Boy, I did not know your game was that strong, my brother. I did not know he got that crazy in his bag. He got in his bag and got crazy.
I don't know that why he said he's not
Afrobeats. Oh, you know, he went crazy. I thought, dude, the crazy thing is, when him singing on that song, I literally thought that was a sample because I'm like, who is this? Why does his voice sound so old and soulful? Like it sounds like
when I first heard it, I was like, oh. And I started listening, like, damn, that's Burna Boy.
Yeah, because it sounded like, I guess to me, I don't necessarily know because I don't know R&B like that. I want to say it almost gave you like a Charlie Wilson type of feel to the jump. Like it just sound. It sound old. It sound like an old singer. It didn't sound like somebody new today. It sound like an old soul and singer. So like I said, those final 4 songs, if you get to just go straight to the last 4, that joint with him, like I said, the joint with him and Brent Fayos, she should have wore bonnet. That's on OD Fire. The joint with him and Burna Boy, Just Like Me, OD Fire. Red Sky, he went the Red Sky and that Dark Days. Oh my, 21 Savage went so that last song with Mariah the Scientist.
See the real.
All the songs was cool, but I'm talking about that last 4 was just like, I was like, oh yeah, this is his best album ever.
I fuck with that.
This was like I say at first when you asked me when I was like, I don't know.
Repeat. That joint definitely been on.
But then when he got to that joint with the Mariah, I know, and I apologize to Mariah the Scientist. I disrespected you when it came up with you and the Young Thug thing. I didn't necessarily know. I didn't know your work like that. She went crazy. She made me respect her as an artist and not just necessarily somebody, hey, this is somebody's girlfriend. No, she got a voice on her. And 21 Savage went like super dark and super like real. That to me was his realest verse. Of course, in that song, what's the name of the song? This was the last song on the album, Dark Days, featuring Mariah the Scientist. Like I said, I added all 4. Them last 4, I added all of them to my gym playlist. And some of them songs ain't even like, they slow songs, but them songs were just like, I like them. Like I like to keep, like I just kept listening to them songs. I'm like,
I can't remember, but it was one bar on there that was just like, the fuck this nigga just said? Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but it was one bar on there. Like, all right, nigga, god damn, like.
Oh no, he was going crazy.
It was why like, nigga, all right, you trying to get them peoples on your.
On that song, right?
I don't know. I can't remember what song.
No, it was on that song when he was saying, "Oh yeah, they picking up people with the Rico, whatever the case may be." But I don't care. I'm still writing my raps or whatever the case may be. And then it was even that song, My Brother. I like it. Only thing, of course, the first thing I thought of was Drake just did this, but of course his was basically a letter to Young Thug. It was a letter. It's called A Letter to My Brother, and I like that one too. Though I'm not gonna, like I said, I liked all of them just because I kind of, when I got to the Summer Walker joint, I kind of like, all right, it's cool. So I didn't. But like I said, I didn't but I'm comparing it to the Brent Fayos joint. I like it. To me, I like that jump with him and Brent more, and the jump with even him and Burna more than the Summer Walker joint. Like the Summer Walker joint, don't get it twisted. I ain't saying it was bad, but it was cool. I'm sure realistically, if you not already a 21 Savage fan, you may not have no skips. You may feel like this album, you can listen to this joint completely with no skips. But I'm saying me as already somebody as a 21 Savage fan, some of the songs was just like, I'm so used to him up tempo. And that's why I'm saying for like, y'all got to think about, I add music for my gym playlist. So I'm looking at like Red Ops and X. Like, and don't get it twisted. Why I do want to give 21 Savage some more credit, because he normally, his go-to guys with his biggest songs off his album normally would be a Drake or a Future. Like those have been two. I'm outside, of course, outside of the J. Cole, and you can't exclude the J. Cole one because they won a Grammy for it. But still, like his normal standout people would be, oh, I'm gonna get a jump with Future, like that. On my ex or whatever that case. That song with him and Future, like that to me was one of the songs that kind of put him on the mainstream map. Stunning on my ex, whatever that song is, and then, but like I said, just some of his songs be like Dirty K. He got so many Jones like from his old catalog that I just added to my gym playlist, because them songs is just so they up tempo, but they very violent, like good music for the gym. So listening to this and him getting more, like even the Letter to My Brother, like I have never really heard him get that in detail with description and substance in the music. Like, and of course, when I first seen Academics even tweeting some of his tweets, I'm like, yeah, 21 his man. I feel like you kind of just sucking him off just because it's your man. But then I'm actually listening to it. I'm like, oh no, you was giving an honest opinion. You was being real. Like 21 Savage had a lot of substance in this music. Like he literally was speaking facts. He was saying like really his real thoughts. And you can kind of tell the whole Young Thug situation was playing heavy on his mind, seeing how it played out. And even people, like, of course, people gonna pick up the headlines, so he dissed Gunna and this, that, and the third, but I don't necessarily think he just dissed Gunna like on some corny rap-ish. It was just like, no, I really watched Young Thug put y'all on and take care of y'all and put y'all on y'all first private jets, put y'all on tour with him and give you
I don't even know if it's really directed at Gunna necessarily. It can be directed at a lot of people. That was a broad statement.
It was a broad statement, but I'm sure realistically, but the person we talking about, a lot of those other people on that trial or even got picked up in that case, Gunna was the only one that's an actual rapper. The rest of them don't rap. I mean, outside with his blood brother, and I think it was like one other person, what was it, like Slime Life Shorty. But people really don't even like, how many people really even probably remember him or even remember he was a part of the Rico case, because he didn't got low, he got quiet, he ain't put out no music. He trying to kind of like stay out the way and keep himself off a radar, which realistically probably is the smarter thing to do, to kind of let your name die down and let the whole court thing play out, so you kind of can, move under the radar where people ain't thinking about you or throwing that rat term on you or whatever the case may be. But I could just, like I said, to me, you can just hear that whole Young Thug situation just played out, and he understood how to put it out in actual music, not tweeting about it, because 21 Savage don't run around and do a bunch of interviews. He don't, like, only time you really hear him talk, he'd be like on some random Clubhouse, but it's not him sitting down doing interviews. So nobody never really knew even how he felt about the whole Gunna situation, because when it first happened, it was new. I remember when he did the interview with Academics, when him and Drake put out the album, man, Academics asked him about it, but he kind of was just like, he danced around him because nobody really knew what was going on. The whole situation, they just got locked up, so everything was super fresh. So just for him to even kind of come back to it on the album and just make it, even use him around the scientists, like, okay, this is who Young Thug is in a public relationship with, using her on this last song and getting that dark and addressing those subjects. I was like, damn, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is to me adult drill music. Like 21 Savage put out an adult drill album, and I like it. I like it a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. And then this real quick, just because you know how the internet is, K-Camp did put out a project too, and I seen people tweeting, like, or one of them little rap blog pages picked it up. Oh, K-Camp may put out the best project of the day. So, hey, let me tell y'all something. Ain't no way in hell y'all even trying to see it and compare that bullshit that K-Camp put out compared to 21 Savage. And I'm a K-Camp fan, but nigga, that album was just mid as hell. And when I can see what K-Camp did for people who kind of like they stepped in his lane and kind of like stepped on that little melodic sound that he tried to run away from, because I remember he did an interview and he was saying like how he was trying to run away from the girl songs like Wale and like Fabulous, and he wanted people to respect him for rapping. And then of course there's a new young dude in Atlanta right now called Honcho, and he spelled his different from the way Quavo spelled his. He spelled his name what is it? It's Hunxho. Oh my God. And the crazy thing is, and he got a good joint on there. With K-Camp got a few songs that's cool, but like you can hear the newer dudes who are in that space just do it better. Like that Honcho kid, I'm not calling him kid because I'm old, but he has a better Atlanta sounding voice, and I ain't gonna say he do the girl thing better than K-Camp yet, because K-Camp got some oldie huge girl songs under his belt. But Honcho is the new guy from Atlanta, and he make and he make a lot of girl records. He is like, and the crazy thing is, people was giving Ruby Rose hell for tweeting out, "Oh my God, Huncho voice is so sexy." But he put out a song on Friday, and I'm going, he put out a project over the Christmas break, and I kind of skipped over it because I seen a few girls posting it, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'm not geeking to run to listen to it. But then he just put out a Lucy, and that's again when we was talking about it last week, and it was like, you can't just put out one project and then just let it sit. You got to kind of like, even for 21, you drop so early. If we talking about July and June, people gonna forget. Don't matter how great we saying this 21 project is in January. When June and July come, we not gonna be remembering that project.
But I think it can carry out because I feel like the songs on there is not her laws. So I don't feel like it's like how what's the shit Drake and Sexy Red got. Like you listen to it, but I feel like it's gonna catch heat traction more later on. Like
so,
after overplaying.
So I
gonna be like, damn.
So I guess I get what you're saying. So basically, you're saying those songs are not going to be catchy to the point where people will get tired of hearing them. Where there'll be a slow burn. They'll end up getting hotter longer. The more people to get hip to the album as the year goes on. Maybe, but it just depends. Only my thing would be putting out an album that early, and for a fact, Future got something coming up. That's what I'm saying. Where it could be so easy for people to forget. And that's another reason why when we talking about the original conversation earlier, when we was talking about Slim between waiting on Kanye or Drake to get on to do the feature, where I do think realistically Drake gonna do some features this year because he gonna want to keep his name constantly in that conversation. Nobody wants to just have a cold year with people not talking about you. So like I said, I'm cool. Like I said, I like that 21 Savage album. I would necessarily, even if I was managing him, even if you don't want to come back with a whole nother album, you need to kind of load up on some features. You need to be on some other big albums the later in the year because you just want your name to constantly stay in conversation. But again, going back to this Honcho kid, he cranked, dog. I'm gonna make sure before this episode play, I'm going to sit here and make sure we play his music because that song he just put on Friday, I was like, oh yeah, and that made me go. But that song he put out on Friday made me go back and listen to the project that I kept skipping over during the break. And I was like, okay, I like it. I get it. So people was killing Ruby Rose for saying his voice was this and the third, but I listened to it. I'm like, no, we talking about making music and rap, the voice matters. The voice matter a lot. Like you have a distinct voice that kind of stand out. And I'm just comparing it to him and K Camp on a song together. And I know this is K Camp bag, that girl bag. And he just sound better and newer than K Camp. Like K Camp sounds so lazy. And it was another song. It was K Camp on there, and it was him and No Cap, and you could just hear the difference. Like K Camp voice was just like, I'm here, and it's this on your project, and it just sounded like a lazy feature. And then here come No Cap, and boom, he sounded like a breath of fresh air. The same way with the Honcho, it was like it was just lazy, and then boom, here they come, and it sounds so new. It sounds like a brand new song. So like I said again, I like that 21 Savage project a lot. I do necessarily just realistically want to see how it plays out when some of the other big dogs continuously drop. And shout out to Nicki. Nicki not dumb. She is milking the numbers game strongly, and she keep putting out more songs. She added over the weekend. She added a joint with her and Future. It's called Press Play. I like it, and that to me, I like that one better than the original song that they had on the project. It sounded more like a Future song. Like it was just more up tempo. It was more playful with the hook. It sounded like a Nicki and Future song. Like Nicki and Future got a lot of songs together. I don't think none of them have been like smashes where people kind of really remember, but they do got a decent track record with each other. It's not as good as nowhere near as good as her and Lil Uzi together, but her and Future, it'd be straight. Like it's never a bad collabo. Let that joint load up.
Damn.
What happened?
32-9. Whew. Oh, and I don't think I picked Tampa. Fuck. Damn, I said.
Serena Williams is. Yes. Have you seen her at Wimbledon doing what's called a crip walk? Do you know what a crip walk is?
First guinea pigs for it.
For them to master.
Absolutely. And then they got a hold of Lamar, which me and him had the same agent. And Lamar, once I broke up with her, 3 weeks later, Lamar picked her up and was marrying her 6 days after those 3 weeks.
Wow.
My agent told me to dump Chloe because she was going to be bad for my career, but then was in the wedding with Lamar.
Wow.
I fired his ass.
Damn.
As soon as I seen it.
That's crazy.
Then he blackballed me because he had never been fired. And he was the #1 agent in the NBA.
Wow.
So my
looking
story
back
is
on it,
crazy.
would you still have fired him? You think that
Yes,
was the right
because he
move at the
couldn't get me in based on me being blackballed for dating her. Because he was trying to tell me to get rid of her early on.
Yeah.
And for me, I didn't understand how it correlated with me playing. And then once I got rid of her, I seen that the reputation had already faltered where other teams didn't want to pick me up based on what was being said and being seen. So he was trying to protect me in a way.
Yeah.
But it became where the point is like, bro, you're not getting me on. I'm not on a team. Like I'm supposed to be on a team. My stats say get me on a team for a 1-year deal.
Right.
But once that didn't happen, I was just fed up. I'm like, bro, you supposed to be the best agent.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I'm not on no team right now. You fired.
Damn.
So for people who don't know who that is, that's the dude who be on Gilbert Arenas podcast wearing the crown on his head. And it's also funny, again, when we talk about social media, everybody on social media hate him. Anybody who really into like sports podcasts and you like Gilbert Arenas, I'm sure 9 times out of 10 you hate him because his takes just be ridiculous. Him and Stephen A. Smith even had a little back and forth over Stephen A. putting LeBron over Kobe. And again, like I told y'all a million times, I do think people overdo the Kobe Bryant conversation because he passed away. And I do think a lot of basketball players just haven't lived enough life so they don't, because they've been athletes their whole life. You ain't got no friends who died. So the closest person to most of them have ever died was Kobe Bryant. So it's just like you take that to the heart more than the average fan who listen to basketball. And I think that's why a lot of basketball players get so defensive when it comes to Kobe Bryant. Like they really be ready to jump out the window for Kobe. Like, bro, niggas wasn't talking about Kobe the way y'all be trying to talk about Kobe now because he passed. Like, dog, he played 20-something years. People was not sitting here, like, niggas was already putting LeBron on that pedestal while Kobe Bryant was still in the NBA. Like, let's not, like, try to recreate history like it wasn't already a LeBron Jordan conversation before Kobe passed. But now it just be like so many basketball players get like their panties in a bunch because, like I said, y'all just never lost friends. But like you got to think about it, the average black person watching sports and talking about them, bro, they probably lost somebody in high school, a close friend. So they ain't about to sit here and take that Kobe death the way these basketball players who never lost somebody to a violent death. Like, what are you talking about, dog? Like, we hear you, but we know what the conversation been before Kobe passed. It been Jordan and LeBron. It was never a Kobe conversation. Like, when was Kobe in this conversation? Now, since he passed, y'all trying to put him in it. Like, no. And LeBron just got a bigger fan base. It ain't gonna happen. What you talking about?
So you believe his take?
About the Khloe Kardashian situation? Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would, if I was him, I would be sick to my stomach.
Would you be sick to your stomach though? You missed out, or it was a blessing?
I mean, what's the blessing for him? Because people only know him for being the person everybody hate on Gilbert Arenas podcast.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying because I mean, you probably couldn't. Maybe like we said earlier, can you really, hang with that whole social media? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, he can because he built for it. I don't know if you ever look at the comment section on Gilbert Arenas show, they be killing him and he can take it. He is
I'm just saying.
He would have dealt with that. He would have dealt with that Kardashian situation way better than Lamar Odom would have.
Okay.
He definitely built tough for it. I trust and believe. I have never seen a post of him go viral and the comment section be in his favor. They be killing him. Even when he was going back and forth when the joint with him and Miko Grimes, like they was killing him. I'm talking about, bro, he get killed on social media on the regular. Even with the Kobe and Stephen A. Smith, like don't get it twisted. Kobe has a huge fan base. Regular diehard Laker fans who were fans before LeBron got here, trust and believe they gonna OD ride for Kobe. And that's even why people be so hard on LeBron now, because it is I'm not making it like Kobe don't got stan culture like everybody else. Like again, when we talk about the Yo Gotti thing, it is Kobe has OD stan culture. It's a lot of Lakers fans who be like on Twitter just hating because LeBron did. Like if LeBron left the Lakers right now, I'm sure people wouldn't realistically probably wouldn't even care about the Lakers because I guess people act like they forgot that whole little 2 years before LeBron got there when it was what was it? What's the ball brother?
Lonzo.
Yeah, Lonzo was the face of that team. They wasn't even getting on TV games until Lonzo got there. So yeah, anyway, I do agree. I mean, I just wouldn't necessarily know how I would. Yeah, that would blow me if my agent told me to. It's almost like a friend though. Like telling you, oh, that girl ain't for you, and then he go get her. You gonna feel some type of way. But
He's doing his job though. And he said he was the top black agent.
No, I don't think he was a top black agent. I think he was a top agent. You got to think about black agents wasn't a thing until Rich Paul.
No, he probably was still. Yes, they are. They just wasn't social media wise. Agents, there's a lot of black agents. Rich Paul wasn't.
I don't know if he said black though, but anyway, but I got
he said black.
I thought he just said agent, but yeah, I'll be kind of blown. I ain't gonna hold you. But real quick, this made me think of something else though, and I did want to make it a topic. Do you feel like, and I'm not gonna say feel like, but is it women kind of throw the alley-oop for you to kind of almost dirty Mac? Just when you're getting to know them. And when I say that is like when you getting to know a female and she telling you her past, and she, of course, especially if a woman is have kids, so she got a horrible story about the baby daddy and whatever he done and why it didn't work out. Is that almost an automatic, like to having compassion, you almost got a dirty man? And when I say that, you say you don't?
No, I don't. Because that's, I mean, I'm more so I want to hit, his side. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
But you're never going to get to hear his side.
No,
so you're getting to know her.
But that's what I'm saying. But her telling me, because I'm pretty sure the shoe's on the other foot with me.
For sure, of course.
So that's why I'm saying I'm not going to sit here and just be like, oh yeah, nah, he ain't shit. No.
Yeah. So I'm not taking it to the extreme where it's saying like he not ish, but I'm saying like, of course, let's say if a woman telling you, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, I dealt with this dude and he was physically abusing me or whatever the case may be, or he did this, or he didn't get me something for Valentine's Day, or whatever the case may be. I was dealing like when you hear these stories, it's just like
question you. What was you doing?
Huh? How you gonna question her for somebody beating her?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I don't deal with those type. I don't know what those type of females are, but I'm just saying like.
Oh, tell me. You would deal with what type of females? You never met nobody that ever got their hands put on by a man?
And a physical? No.
Yeah.
I haven't. No.
Oh well. All
right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't. I mean, but even the conversations, I'm not. When you're sitting there, not saying I really don't care about it. So that's like I'm not going to ask.
But it's not asking. It's getting to know.
No,
like if you're on the phone with somebody and they just
that's what I'm saying. So if she's sitting here telling me, blah blah blah, I might change the subject because, like I said, I don't. You talking bad about him not going to,
It's not her talking bad about him. It's just her. It's just like if you say, okay, yeah, dang, you know what I'm saying? Why you single? Or how long have you been single? And then after you ask that question, now you have opened Pandora's box for her to take the conversation wherever she wants. So she gonna be like, oh, I've been single because I just got out of a bad relationship and we was in together for 5 years. So if somebody tell you they was in a relationship with somebody for 5 years, you're gonna kind of be like, oh, dang, what happened? Why it didn't work? So as soon as you say why it didn't work, because she gave you a long time, I promise you that story is going to get crazy. And the way she's going to explain the story, it's almost like, hey, here go the dirty Mac D-Wade to LeBron off the glass. You gotta take it, because just even injustice of who you are. Let's just say if you're a man and I haven't been in no real, I told y'all on here, I think I only been in one real like loud voice argument ever with a woman in my life. So somebody telling me somebody's mentally abusing them on the regular and it got physical before.
So what's the dirty Mac then? That maybe that's why what would be your dirty Mac?
My key dirty Mac would be if you sit here telling me you was dealing with somebody and their Valentine's Day, they just didn't show up at all.
Right, but what would be the dirty Mac about?
Because you're like, damn, that's crazy. Like everybody know. I seen it, and the crazy thing is, it was a post. Matter of fact, it was a post, and it was just like, that everybody know when Valentine's Day come across every year, and so you sitting here basically, if you don't do nothing for me, basically telling me you don't like me. Like you didn't put no effort. You knew for a whole year that this was coming up. And for all the dudes listening, y'all kind of know the rules that I be giving you. Better, if you single now, you better stay single for the next 30 days.
I don't think that's dirty macking though. You're using that to your advantage. I don't think that's dirty macking.
But dirty
macking is like, I feel like dirty macking is like if you know the person and you talking down on the situation.
No, you might not know this person from Adam and Eve.
Right, that's dirty macking. But if you sitting here like, oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I would never do that. Oh, I have never done it.
I never knew you. You know what I'm saying? That's sad that you never got this, experience Valentine's. That's not dirty macking. That's just taking notes.
I thought it was dirty macking.
No, dirty macking is talking like, oh yeah, I seen that nigga. Yeah, he do be out here wilding and shit.
Oh yeah,
That's
no.
it.
I ain't talking about that because most of the time, if I'm talking about,
Yeah,
even if I'm having those
macking.
deep conversations with a woman, 9 times out of 10, she don't even live in the same state as me. So I'm literally just
that's
you
dirty.
venting, but I'm allowing you the space to vent, but I'm also
that's why when you say that, like, I'm not letting the conversation. Go
I
I wouldn't consider it dirty macking.
Okay, so like I said, I did. That's what made me ask. I definitely did. Let me play this clip. Yeah, no, real quick, and I do want and I'm gonna play this clip of Flo Milli on Angela Yee. One thing I do want to sit here and say that I'm never gonna give energy. Lil Nas X, I can't give him the energy, dog. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, it's just not. It's because and it's not even about what he was doing or what he was trying to do. Because it's not even I'm on some super religious bag like that, bro. His music just not good. The music just like, you know how many people put out music we never talk about, and that's why I do. One thing I will give him credit to the point where he understands how to trigger people, because the music is so bad that we should never even talk about him. But he makes sure he do some outlandish stuff to tie into with it, so you have to have a conversation with him.
Is he worse than Sexy Red?
In what form?
Just the music and the shit that he say.
I think he troll worse than Sexy Red, but I think Sexy Red make better songs than him.
Right. So that's what he's worse than Sexy Red then.
Yeah, I guess. I would rather. I mean, I ain't even a rapper. I listen to Sexy Red more than I ever listened to any, like, outside of Old Town Road. I have never listened to nothing else from Lil Nas X. I've tried. Like, the Panini song was okay.
Not the Panini song was
okay. So then we still talking about 5 years ago for both of them songs. What you done in 5 years?
Did he have one with Nicki? Did he have a song with Nicki?
Hell no.
Who he had a song? Did he have
nobody, boy, besides Jack Harlow? And he had the baby on that Panini song.
Maybe I'm thinking about Jack.
Yeah, that's it. Him and Jack Harlow. That's it.
I thought he had a big. Okay.
Yeah, but real quick, and I do just shout out to Kai in that, because he said it the best.
X, you could eat my whole. I hate that nigga, bro. Nah, that shit just popped up in my head, bro. That bro, nah, word of my mother, bro. God gonna handle you in the right way. I didn't even talk about that yet, bro. But look, God gonna handle you, bro. And you're bro.
What he did?
No, bro.
What he did?
No, bro. God gonna handle that. Real shit.
What did he do?
Nah, bro. I'm not even gonna explain it, bro.
But bro, no,
he's extremely disrespectful, bro. He disrespectful.
Okay, tell me how he disrespected, because bro, you can't be on that bad time. I'm just sitting in the corner.
Yo, Lil Nas X, you could eat my whole. I hate that.
Pause. What? How do you tell a gay man that he can eat your ass?
No, he ain't say ass. He said you eat my whole dick, and they just blocked.
Well, that's even worse. Damn.
The article in the New York Times where you talked about how the women are really killing it right now and putting in the work, you know, that they need to, but it also is a lot more work for women just because of the whole preparation.
Yes.
Like, even look at how nice you look today.
Thank you. That's what I be saying. Like, the boys, they got it easy. All they got to do is throw on a chain, get a little haircut.
And sometimes they don't even do that.
Yeah. Like, we got to wake up 5-6 hours early. Like, I had to get up at 7 o'clock this morning just to start glam.
That is crazy. I saw the article in the New.
But my only question of it is, I mean, I get it, because of course people do. I am one of those people. You look at people when they interviewing or whatever case may be. You do judge them, but is it necessarily? Sometimes always the music just slap it. Is just what it is. It is what it is. Like Flo Milli got a hit right now.
It's true.
What's true?
That guys got it easier when they can just wake up and just or whatever. The girls actually got to have a look.
What Sexy Red look?
I think she still got a look.
What is
it? I mean, the red hair. I think the red hair and everything. Like it draw
you
attention.
saying Lil Yachty did it first? Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like you still got. It's something that's still bringing us back to her. Whether you think she's not attractive, it's something that's bringing everybody back to her. I feel like that's what I'm saying. It got to be something there. Because even like Scarlett, I don't like with her. She's not but we talking about her rhymes and her lyrics. And that's somebody who I feel like ain't the best looking of them all, but you really don't hear people talking about her.
I mean, again, because I think I said this a million times and I always will double down on this. I just think it's just women don't support other women. Like, that's what it be.
Okay.
Like, I just, even the crazy thing, again, like when I'm talking about even being on Twitter, I pay attention to that. I follow Jamil Hill. I follow the other little light-skinned girl who do the jump with Brandon Marshall. None of them don't even be talking about women's sports. They be so caught up into what's going on, right, with the dudes on the timeline. Like, you talking about the sports with everybody else talking about, but I don't see them highlighting Angel Reese. I don't even see them highlighting Caitlin Clark, and that's a layup damn near. You talk about Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese as damn near a layup on any social media platform. So, but they don't even highlight them. Well, you don't talk about Juju, and she in California. Like, she literally play on the same team as LeBron's son. They both play for USC, but you hear more people, you willing to highlight what Bronny didn't do, and you ain't highlighting her giving up 30. So that's my point. Is just like, I don't think necessarily know for women, like, I get it. Like, you could, like, I seen the Jonah Erica Banks when she showed off her BBL. Don't get it twisted. That joke look fire, but bro, that's not gonna make me go listen to the music. OD, I seen, like, she literally posted a thong video doing the twirl, showing her whole BBL off. Guess what? I didn't run and go do? Click no new Erica Banks song. Asian Doll put out 2 new songs with a Nike, did 2 videos with one with an orange Nike Tech outfit on, and a joint with a white Nike Tech joint with the goddamn wide receiver gloves on. Though, and both of them songs cranked to me. I would say this all the time. Though, I don't necessarily, if Asian Doll got to figure out a way to keep herself out of the back and forth on social media, because of course she had one with academics and she had one with the Jada Kingdom girl. Oh, and I'm glad I just remembered that. But yeah, anyway, we'll get right to Jada Kingdom in 2 seconds, and Partisan 14. But damn, I'm drawing. Oh yeah, but Asian Dog really crank. If you listen to Asian Dog music, she really be rapping. She OD aggressive, make great music to listen to in the gym. I really like Asian Dog a lot. But going into the Jada Kingdom thing and the Partisan Fontaine thing, sir, you won't sound like a hypocrite. I know that girl look good. She OD fat, but you better call it quits sooner than later. Because everything that you was complaining about what Meg did to you, or Meg caught you off guard with all of these things. Jeez, if you knew all of this stuff about Jada Kingdom, you are a wild boy. Because, nigga, that back and forth that her and Asian Doll had on social media was crazy. And how graphic and how nasty they was getting with them back and forth with them stories. The way Asian Doll was painting her, like, dog, I know you got the audacity to talk about what Meg did. At least Meg was doing it with other celebrities. This sound, the way Asian Doll was painting, like she was just getting hit by any dudes who was just around in the studio. It ain't even made it. Like, she was getting cracked by regular, like, locals. Like, she said she even seen her get hit in the trap house before. Oh, they had, trust me, believe, Asian Doll and Jada Kingdom had a nice little messy back and forth on social media. And they was, because then Jada Kingdom said Asian Doll wore the same tampon for like 2 weeks. And that's why people say her coochie smell like fish. They was going crazy, dog. Like, that little back and forth was OD. But that's what girls do, though. So you can't sit here and say, oh, is it a lie? Because we all know girls in real life that hold them type of secrets until they blow up.
I'm not saying it's a lie, but you got to come up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you started from the bottom, you got to come up. So I can't, now, if you saying you doing that now, that's a different story. Your past is your past. I can't judge you off your past.
Well, he judged Meg Thee Stallion off her past.
No. That was her present. Right?
No, wrong. It wasn't. All of them people wasn't, only that wasn't her present. Like, that wasn't the same time she was dealing with him.
It wasn't?
No,
so when did the baby and all that happen? I mean, that was before. That was
before him, but it just came up while they was together. Why are we talking about messy stuff? I don't know why I had used this clip, but let me see something.
Mama, and stop acting like the damn devil. Where were you when I stopped breathing? I remember that day. I passed out, unconscious. Where were you? Probably wouldn't. Mom, where were you physically? Where was that love? Like, I'm so damaged by that. I didn't have mommy. You were always somewhere, just cared about yourself.
Okay, but as you can clearly see, she never went hungry. None of us never went hungry.
Yo, that's disrespectful. Just because this girl big, so but you, as you can see, she never went hungry. Hey, this is this page that I follow on, and of course y'all know we all over the place. But this is a page I do follow on Instagram, and I do like to sometimes highlight like tight stuff that like is this dude. He make nostalgia videos, and he always do it about like just old basketball shoes from like the 90s or the early 2000s. So of course y'all know I was a Penny Hardaway fan, so he did a little backstory on the 1996 Penny Hardaway Olympic Nikes.
If you love classic basketball sneakers from the 90s, this video is for you. Let me take you back to 1996 with Penny Hardaway and the Zoom Flight Olympic. If you were there, share this with a friend. In 1992, the USA basketball team dominated the entire world, winning a gold medal at the Olympics. And all their sneakers were fire. By 1995, Penny Hardaway takes over the NBA. His skills were ill, and everybody wanted his shoes. Inspired by the dream team led by Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway wanted to run it back and bring home gold for USA basketball in the 1996 Olympics. And Nike made sure he did it in style. Even though Penny Hardaway already had his own signature shoe, designer Eric Avar made something special, the Nike Zoom Flight. Retail price $120. Zoom flights look futuristic and fast. The carbon fiber detailing was insane, and Penny's Olympic number on the heel took it over the top. 1996 was a great year in sneakers and hip-hop. We got classic rap albums from Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, and the Fugees. Penny Hardaway couldn't wear his traditional number 1 because FIBA rules only allowed for numbers 4 through 15 during the Olympics. Penny made every sneaker he wore on court look amazing. Hardaway's sneaker influence was so crazy, players on the opposing team were wearing his Penny ones. The Olympic Zoom flights had its arrival moment when Penny Hardaway and the 1996 USA team brought home gold. Although it's an unofficial signature shoe, the Nike Zoom flight is in the Sneaker Hall of Fame because of Penny Hardaway. If you have any memories with the Olympic Zoom flights, drop a comment down below. And if you missed those days, follow my new account for more nostalgia, get a hat from the shop, and share this.
Yeah, so shout out to him for doing those nostalgia videos. And of course, and I don't know, did you see Mary J. Blige, her birthday pictures? Mary J. Blige, god damn, dog. Mary J. Blige is thicker than a goddamn Snickers, dog. Oh my god. Oh, this was, you know what's so crazy? I played the wrong jump. Hold on.
Article in the New York Times.
Oh yeah, no, I played the right one. I'm tripping. I thought I played something completely different. Before we get out of here, let's see what we need to go through. I did wanna
Home team lost their game. Cool. Only one home team lost their game. All the home teams? Oh, Texas had a home game. Right.